What's up, everybody? It's your boy Galaxy Greg, and welcome to episode 131 of the Bmore podcast, the podcast where we regularly forget to hit the record button. That being said, I'm your host Galaxy Greg, and I honestly want to apologize to my podcast mates and you guys. Why? Because here at the podcast, we like to hold people accountable. We like to be better. We like to be more nerds. And I wasn't accountable for this terrible ass shave that I gave myself, but I shall be this week because it's a little bit better. And I want to inspire you to be more this week and don't shave off your beards. Keep them. They're there for a reason.
Well
But that
said,
being,
Black Mario. Well said.
I hate you. That being said, I'm your host Galaxy Greg, aka Mr. Space Awaits, aka the OG Galaxy, aka the Hentai Honcho, and with me today is my co-host Diva XOXO.
What it is, little dummies? It's your girl, Diva XOXO. Did I say enough XOs? I don't know. AKA the Sophista Ratchet, AKA the official, unofficial Disney princess, AKA the HNIC, the head nerd in charge, AKA the girl's guy.
Shut up. You got that? Never mind. And my other co-host, HDTV.
I didn't say the other one.
I'm
I
HDTV.
I am HDTV, also known as the anime aficionado, also known as a bunch of alleged things these two say all the time.
Mr. Worldwide, why?
The Gooner Gang General.
Allegedly. Everything they're saying, allegedly.
That being said, today's episode is going to be our favorite characters in animation because we had a conversation and I have a little arts and crafts project that I'm doing, and one of the main things I ask a lot of people that they don't seem to be able to answer is, what are like some of your top characters, top animated characters? Like, what are your favorites? A lot of people get stumped on that because there's so many to love and so many to choose from. So I asked these guys, and now I want to know what they have to say. So we're going to get into it. Diva, of course, always doesn't listen. We're going to talk about that. In specific, we're going to talk about it now. She made
So we
three
have
lists.
three
We said three characters.
You have anime, Disney, and comics. Those are
That's
your lists.
There's three in each list, so that means that there's 9, which means she didn't listen because we said 3. So of course, then I was like, you know what? She's probably not gonna listen. So I made a long ass list, but I'm not gonna give you all of them. I'm gonna give you like my groups, if you will. But Diva, ladies first.
And I lied because I'm a lady. Ladies lie. No, ladies don't lie.
Nope, too late. It's in the
No,
books.
it's in the books. That's the lore now. She's a lady and she's a liar.
I only have 3, and my first one is someone I speak about a lot on the podcast, and it's going to be Batman. And it's more so like, I hate to say, like, it's more so like the bat symbol because it's like all Batman's, Batman Beyond, Batman, Batman the animated series, Batman and Robin, Batman the movies. I like his character.
The idea of
Um,
him then.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
idea of Batman.
Because you can't
Like,
put Batman Beyond in there. That doesn't.
no, I like Batman Beyond. He
Then
counts.
it turns into you like the idea of Batman, not the character.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like all the Batmans. If you are Batman, I like you.
Yes, Chris is
That's like
Batman.
Chris is Batman. Y'all didn't know. That's what they be doing at night.
Okay, next
Out
person.
here
So Heed, you're up,
saving
bud.
Gotham.
So what's your favorite character?
I didn't explain why.
Go ahead, explain. Ignore Mario,
Thank
man.
you. All right. Oh.
All right, Mr. Dusty, crusty, half-ass beard. Don't come at me. I will roast you right here on this pod, and I'll leave it in, goddammit. We're not going to keep doing this, and you're not going to keep calling me goddamn Squirtle. It's been long enough. I'm Big Man Blastoise. We're not playing these games, boy.
What is this? There were so many things he just said that were not in here. We gonna just skip over his little rant. Anyways, Diva.
Oh.
Little mini crash out. Yeah, I like
Big.
Batman as a character. I like that he held on to something that happened to him when he was a child and refuses to let it go and decides to bring other children into it. He's like, "Oh, your parents are dead? Come with me. Come here."
You know, my
If someone
parents
hurt
told
you?
me if someone tries to do that, to go the other way.
Even if they're a billionaire?
Especially if they're a billionaire. You
I
won't be
would
seeing
like
it.
to say,
They're going to put you to work,
But,
buddy.
yeah. And I like his dynamic with other people, especially so like his dynamic with Alfred versus like Superman versus like different members of like the Justice League. So I like the overall character of Batman. And I also like Bruce Wayne. Cause like Bruce Wayne is the cool one, if we being honest. Batman's the lame.
I think it's crazy that you said I liked he holds on to stuff from when he was a kid. That's
I was
wild.
about to make a joke out of that, but then I left it alone. I was gonna say when I do it, it's a problem, right?
That's
Because
a
she tells me
proper
I
thing
Yeah.
need
to leave alone.
therapy.
Oh,
That's a
Batman
proper thing to
needs
leave.
therapy, but since we all see that he's never gonna get it, I'm just gonna ride this wave with him.
He gets therapy every night when he goes out for justice for Gotham. That came
And
out of
how's that
nowhere.
working
I'm
out?
so sorry.
It's okay.
Should be
And how's
fine.
that working out for Gotham? It's not. Gotham is not safe.
Hey
It
man,
may,
two
it,
pennies for rent and $800 car insurance ain't nothing.
dang. Think if your bills was $802 a month. I mean, $800.02 a month. Think of what you could do.
I think I can thug
What?
it out in Gotham for a little bit while I get back on my feet.
Nah, I'm good.
I feel like being an
Yo,
architect
living
in
in
Gotham has
Metropolis
to be
gotta be
lit.
expensive because I know it's expensive just because Superman there. But I also know my insurance gonna be through the fucking roof because he just be throwing cars.
Yeah, that's
Batman
like his.
can't throw a car. Well, he can, but he's
It's
not
like
gonna throw a car.
it's his weapon of choice, really. If we're gonna say what Superman's weapon of choice is, it's car.
Oh man, remember when Hulk ripped that car in half and turned it into braised knuckles?
And then they had that in the first Hulk game, and everyone was so lit.
It was lit.
All right, Heat, you're up.
Yeah.
Um, oh, that's an interesting one. Um, yeah. So my first character, these are all characters that I like. I like what they represent. That's a terrible thing to say, but Garo, aka the Hero Hunter, not to be confused with the Hero Killer. Even though I do like Stain, Stain's awesome. He just wasn't gonna make the list. He didn't have enough airtime in the way I wanted. But Garo, we love Garo because Garo is not. He's not a villain. He's a hero hunter. Yes, he fights heroes. He doesn't murder them. He just fights them and beats them up because he represents the little guy. You know,
The
everybody
millions of
roots
the
for the
little guy.
underdog.
Yeah, he's trying to
Yeah,
compensate for something, and it's
you
not
know,
hands.
when he was a kid, it was very much a Power Ranger situation. 5 people in jumpsuits came and jumped some person that was just trying to live their dream. You can't shame people for having dreams that go against society. That's wrong. And Garo stands up for them people. Also, he beat the dogs out them motherfucking heroes. Oh my god.
So does that mean you really fuck with Hero D or Fighter D?
Fighter D.
Fighter D, I love what he
No,
stands
well,
for.
no, because they really are villains now.
No,
Like they've
but
become the villains.
Technically,
but
they're
I
heroes
love
because
what
the shit
he
that they doing.
stands for.
Yeah. Okay.
I love
Okay.
what he stands for
Okay.
because
No, I meant the heroes have become the villains.
no, the
That's
heroes were always villains.
They were
Okay,
always the villains.
yeah.
Hey,
they
yeah. So
off rip,
slavery, we're bringing it back.
off rip. They said, "Oh, goody, we meet aliens. Okay, you guys are now our bitches. If you
Yeah.
don't do what we say, we will murder you."
And I'm not talking about that murder that we do on Sundays. I'm talking permanent murder, like
Yeah, like
cease
we
to
will
exist
erase
type
you.
shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Garo stands for the opposite, and I love that his whole evolution of just becoming stronger is to stand up for the underdog, and because he's viewed as a villain and he is the underdog, he becomes the top dog, and the top dog still loses to Saitama. I'm sorry, that's just the
Because there's
lore.
always going to be a bigger dog.
Yeah, they always.
All right, I'm gonna keep the same thing as last time. So I'm gonna do my triple threat, and there's a theme for mine. Let's see if you can guess it by the end. But I said Tank Dempsey, Mugen, and Spike Spiegel, all voiced by Stephen Bloom. Ironically, he's my favorite voice actor. If you didn't know, be ready for Greg trivia, because when I ask it, someone better answer, and not these two. So therefore, but yeah, I like all of them because they have that like. They're all just so fucking cool. And from Tank Dempsey, he was so enjoyable and comedic in the zombie games. Then Mugen, he was lax but always fully capable, and he was always willing to improve himself. Like even when he lost one of the fights in Samurai Champloo, and his fighting style is just so cool to me. It's like he should not be considered a samurai, but like he's better than most because he's so unpredictable. And then Spike Spiegel's just come on, that space cowboy is just something else, brother. I love a
Yeah.
woman that can kick my ass.
I like that. Mugen is, I would say Mugen is still technically a samurai. It's just he's his style is just unconventional, which
Mm-hmm.
is why, yeah, I forget the word I was about to say. Oh, he's naturally gifted. There you go. He's Ren. He's not Isagi. The other one's Isagi. He's Ren.
Mm.
If you don't get that reference, then that's your fault. I'm not explaining. Let's press
I
on.
just caught up last week, bruh. Fuck. Oh man, I should have waited longer.
I get that reference. I get it.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
Nah, she gets
Here, you
points.
caught up?
Yeah, up to the final fight, undefeated.
Nah, I mean in the final fight, because there's one. If you made this reference without reading a specific chapter where he
Type
breaks
A versus
down,
type B.
kinda sorta. That's something for you, Diva. They just broke
Yeah, I don't
down
know that
like
part though.
they broke to make it quick and it's not that big of a spoiler. They broke it down to talented learners
Yeah,
versus
type A
gifted
versus type
people.
B.
Yeah. Cool. I was like, if you didn't read that chapter and you made that analogy, that's crazy.
I
But
was
yeah.
gonna post about it the other week. I had a picture saved on it,
Okay.
but
Yeah. It took him forever to figure out that he's a talented learner, but whatever. Diva.
Oh, my turn. Okay, so my next one, how did I do this? All right. So to describe my list, kind of generally, I like a lot of things. So I had a really, really long list that I had to narrow down, and I wanted to make sure like these things, like the people that I named, are like either like from movies or shows or things that I go back to often. And I didn't want it to be all guys. So my next person is Belle, and if anybody knows, that's my favorite Disney princess. It's
no
what is it?
crane,
It's my second, huh? Oh,
no
it's a
crane.
mosquito in my house. Hold on, y'all. It's a mosquito. I gotta kill it. I don't want it to bite me. No, I missed. Ah,
Speaking of
ah,
mosquitoes,
it's
random
gone.
tidbit while
It
she's having
flew
a
past the
moment.
camera. I saw it.
There,
Oh, it's gonna get me.
You have
fun
them all
fact that
asleep.
I just learned. A manga is getting an anime adaptation, and the name of this manga is Vampire Tron Can't Suck.
These names, y'all just say anything. Y'all just like let's put words together and see what like sounds okay. Like doesn't
This
even
is a
sound
hentai. I
okay.
know it is.
Not, it's not.
Episode 1 is just shadow of a dong over a vampire girl's face, and he's like, "Come on, suck it." And then we're gonna roll intro scene, and then we're gonna have a flashback as to why she can't suck, and then it's gonna end up being some sex shit. Predictions probably wrong, but headcanon.
That's Galaxy Greg in a nutshell. That
Hentai
whole little
honcho,
tangent.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna put
I
that
got it out of
together.
Heed's diary because he's the Gunner Gang general. I just want you to know that.
Go back to what I was talking about now. So Belle from Beauty and the Beast, the Disney movie. Um, it's my second favorite Disney movie after The Lion King. Um, and I like her because like she was like the first princess that I can remember. Like even though I watched all the movies back like when they came out back then, but like I can remember that was like very independent, very sure of herself, stood up for what she wanted more than just to be like somebody's like love interest. She wanted to learn and explore and like be her own woman and like went out of her way to be like, nah, nigga, like I'm not marrying you, and no, nigga, you can't talk to me like that. So I really like that about her. So yeah, Belle, like I don't have my Beauty and the Beast tattoo yet, but I will when I start getting tattoos again. And I have a lot of Beauty and the Beast stuff. I have music boxes. I mean, y'all see the picture every week. And I think I said it's three. I really think it's four Beauty and the sets of Beauty and the Beast ears because I'm looking at three, but there's a box in the way of I think the fourth one. So yeah. Ting.
Aw, you didn't
Those.
say the same things as the first time, so I can get to make my Bell jokes.
Oh, it was in there. It's obvious. She said a lot of words just to say, yeah, she went into the woods and found a dog man and said, I want to fuck it.
She said,
That's
"Roof,
not what happened.
roof,
That's not what happened.
roof. I'm in the heat, big boy."
That's not what happened. He
She
kidnapped her
used a lot
dad.
of words.
She kidnapped her. He kidnapped her dad and didn't want her dad to die.
And it was just like those books she read all throughout the village. They sent her up there because she was the gooner in the town. They're like, yo, what you reading?
No.
Oh, I'm just reading the dictionary. And then they open
She
it and
sent
it's
a
like, yeah, and he took
letter.
out that furry thing. And they're like, yeah, send this
No.
bitch uphill. Send this bitch
She
uphill.
So, fun fact about little Disney lore, she was reading Snow White. If you ever wondered the
Snow
book
White's
that she's reading
biography,
in
How to Get a
literature.
Man with Doing Nothing, 0 steps included.
So, yeah. He
A Princess Guide
Well,
to Securing a Man.
on that note, since we're talking about princesses, my next person is actually a princess as well, and it is Princess Bubblegum
I think you
from
said
Adventure
terrorist
Time.
wrong.
great
I would not
transition.
call her a terrorist. It's either you die a hero or you live long enough to be considered a villain, and she's functionally immortal. Somebody said.
I wonder who that is.
What's functionally immortal? Like, what
It
do we
means you're not
mean
literally
by that?
immortal and you can die, but unless some outside force stops you from living, you will continue to live relatively forever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
like,
like-
I would have to, like, I don't know, slit her throat for her to die.
More like cut off her head probably, but even then, I think she'd just grow back. So that's why I say functionally immortal. Like you can
she's
kill
a-
her.
Because she's a product of the big ooh bomb, right? Whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, she spawned after that big bomb went off.
Yeah.
I say
So-
spawned
I
like
didn't-
she just.
I didn't watch
appeared.
Adventure
She
Time,
did spawn.
people.
She
If
did
you were
spawn.
wondering why I'm asking so many questions, I've never seen Adventure.
Think like
But go ahead.
Well,
Wolverine is
well, let
functionally
me-
immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can kill him, but it's like
If
it's
you
hard.
don't do anything, that nigga just gonna keep living.
Yeah.
Even in old age with this dementia.
No, he wouldn't have. Actually, he wouldn't have died if he never had the uranium put in him.
Hell, actually they say like if he didn't fight so fucking much, if he just lived a normal life, even with the
Yeah,
adamantium in him,
true.
he wouldn't have died. As soon as he did, because his healing factor wouldn't have got burnt out. Essentially,
Yeah.
I can
like-
believe that. Comics are weird, guys. Because I remember I read something that was Wolverine got the adamantium taken out and actually became way stronger.
Yes, because the adamantium is so heavy. It's actually
It's
he's
dense
actually
as
really
fuck.
heavy.
Yeah, it was
And then-
holding back his healing factor.
yeah, and
also
he's
that,
fat
so, like,
because he's always healing against the adamantium poison.
adamantium. Right.
Yeah. So it's
When
like
he gets
having
it,
it so
he got it
long.
ripped off his he got it taken off, and then he ends up in that version. That version lives really long time because he doesn't have the adamantium. But yeah,
That was
Cool
a
nerd
nice
out.
little tangent. That was a cool nerd out.
Yeah, cool.
But what
nerd,
I
cool
will
nerd
say,
out.
since you don't know Adventure Time, I will tell you some top moments from Princess Bubblegum. My favorite moment is when she collected taxes from Finn and Jake, which was so funny because she was breaking into their house late at night and they were like, "Hey, PB, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, collect the taxes." They're like, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah, they don't live in her kingdom. They don't live anywhere near her domain. She had no business to be taking money from their house. And she
silly.
played it off so well, and I love that for her. She has a line of suitors that literally just wait in line for a chance to talk to her so they can court her. She never ever paid as many attention. They literally live and die in that line. Some of them had grandchildren in that line, which didn't make sense.
You know, I'm
But
gonna make this even
we-
worse. She made those people.
Yeah. Yeah.
She made those
She-
people to sit in line and die for her.
Yes, she specifically made them for that.
so wait, so we
Mhm.
y'all, as we all know, we've recorded this before. Y'all didn't explain that, so like I thought they were just I don't know people either from other places or
No,
just people in the country
she
that I know
made
that
the
she
candy
made.
people.
Yes, I know
Every-
she made the candy
we
people.
didn't specify they were candy people the first time. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that they were candy people.
But I'm saying,
She
yeah,
made
go ahead.
a specific candy person,
Yes.
like we'll call them the stand in line people. Like,
Yes.
like y'all are just gonna stand in line
Yes.
and want me.
Yes. That is
I
your
thought
life's
she just-
mission, to stand in this line and die.
I thought she made candy people, and they decided I'm gonna stand in line and want her.
Remember,
she
they're too
functionally-
dumb. Remember?
Yeah. She functionally creates all of they're basically Sims to her. She functionally creates their purpose. Like their purpose is given to them by her. Like they
Just
spawn, like, what do I do? like-
Right, I thought they were just dumb. Like I don't want to say had purpose, but like I just thought they were just like dumb. Like, oh, Like I'm not
Remember,
smart enough to like overthrow her, but I'm gonna run a bakery.
No.
Now you run the bakery.
More like Peppermint Butler was made. What is my job? You're my Peppermint Butler. Got it. Peppermint Butler
yeah,
is
like
Peppermint Butler.
remember what is my function, master? You pass toast, or you
You pass the butter.
you pass the butter. It's like, oh my god, and he's like, yeah, welcome to reality.
What is my purpose? You pass butter.
Got
um,
it.
but yeah, she made them people. They all have a purpose. I didn't say this one. Her Peppermint Butler, um, he's essentially a sadist.
He
He's
worships the devil.
Yeah, he dabbles in the dark arts. That's her right hand man. He does that on the low. She obviously knows he does that because she made him. So why wouldn't she know? Sometimes she licks him just for fun. He is a peppermint.
That's
Um,
cannibalism.
yeah, yeah.
Are you okay? Your picks are starting to concern me.
But this is a kids show. Like these things are not forefront out there, but you as an adult watching it, you would be like, "Hey, this is what's happening right now." That's cannibalism. Um, yeah, she top moments. Let's finish that one real quick. Uh, she made a heart that was supposed to go to Finn's house and reject him for her because Finn had a crush on her for many seasons, and the heart was supposed to go reject it for him. Finn ended up beating up the heart. That's a whole different thing.
That was
Um. Oh, and number one of all time is she committed literal genocide. She created like the candy machine with the gumballs in it. She created those people. They're called rattle balls. For a purpose, and once their purpose was gone, she just destroyed them all. Like just on a whim. Like, I don't need you guys anymore. Go away.
Also, to add on insult to injury to that last one, after Finn was finally over her and trying to go after a different princess, she started playing with this man's emotions. She's over 6,000 years old. That nigga's 15.
Yeah,
She's a pedophile.
Finn's new girl was Flame Princess. She is the one who stole.
That's a lesbian.
No, that's
No,
Marceline.
PB is.
That's the vampire one, right?
Marceline, the vampire queen.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I'm
No,
telling
I
you,
don't know what they look
Marceline, the
like.
vampire
technically
queen.
a fucked up thing
Oh,
she did.
okay.
That's technically a fucked up thing she did. She led Finn on for all these years and had a whole ex-girlfriend because she is not straight.
Who she ended up getting back together with.
Yeah, she did. And they don't even tell you that they used to date until many seasons in. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, that's my ex. Like,
Both
we were
functionally
together
immortal,
for
so-
hundreds of years.
Right.
Yeah, I need to watch the show.
You
It's a
do. It's
great
an
show.
amazing show because like it starts off so goofy and then gets serious like really quickly and like there's stakes and it's weird. Like, oh man.
If you do anything, I need you to find a short or TikTok, whatever you watch, about Ice King's life because that is such
Sad
a sad
as fuck.
That is the saddest tale you will ever see in a Cartoon Network
It
show.
made me feel bad for being happy that he got beat up for all those seasons.
Yeah.
But lot.
And it makes you feel bad about it because like his life is pretty fucking sad. Like,
yeah,
how he becomes Ice King is even sadder.
Yeah. Like the lore in that show is so deep, is so good because the lore is so deep and it's in there. Like they're not telling you this after. Like it's in there.
It's
you just
in
gotta
there.
keep watching.
By the time you get to the later season, when Finn's voice drops is when the show drops too. They're like, oh, this nigga's hitting puberty? Yeah, let's get serious.
They get happy. They get heavy.
Finn has to deal with abandonment issues. He loses a limb, gets it back, loses it again.
He was a playboy for a little while.
He was. Finn got assaulted.
Like assaulted?
Yeah, so Finn, after the whole breakup thing and losing his father, was like depressed. But the show can't tell you he was depressed. So he would go around and kiss all the other princesses, because there's hundreds of princesses, and like, he would just literally give him a smooch and be like, cool, I kissed the princess, da da da. And there was one princess that was waiting on him, plotting on him. And he's like, yeah, let's smooch. Gave her a smooch. She's like, all right, that's it. We made out. That's cool. She's like, grabs this nigga by his clothes. Like, you know how long I've been waiting for this? Whoo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. And then it cuts. And then no bullshit. It cuts to a scene of him just like kind of staring at the stars above in a blanket. The chick's asleep next to him. He kind of does this, and then he looks at his arm and is like, "You're gonna be okay, all right." And it's the arm that's missing. It's a little flower there now, and the flower loses a petal. And he says, "I'm just gonna lock that in the vault." And that's been a running. I see the mosquito. That's been a running gag in the show for a long time. Like whenever something traumatic happens to Finn, he just says, "I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna lock it in the vault." Clink.
And it's like makes a little sound.
So like the flower, like it's supposed to be symbolism of him being deflowered. So yeah, and then he got his arm back. So you know.
And Jake says so many wise things that you can use in your real life.
Absolutely. You see this cup? This is my favorite cup in the world. Ugh, it's gone now.
Never coming back. And I'm okay with that. Get over things.
You need problems. That's so stupid.
Can y'all hear that?
No.
The mosquito?
Okay. No, my alarm was going off.
Oh, good. That was a good one. Good exposition, though.
That was wow. These tangents on this one, top tier tangents.
So I'm gonna go for my first villain and only villain, Death from Puss in Boots. He was just written amazingly. His swagger, just his demeanor, how he was moving, like he was actually terrifying when you think about it. Like, and if you go back and like watch like some of the people breaking down Death, one of the first scenes you meet him when Puss like he like Puss is like, "Oh, you're a bounty hunter," and Puss goes to like fight him. If you look at it in slow mo, Puss actually got the hit off right through his face. So if that was a normal nigga, yeah, but like he doesn't even move. He like damn near teleports behind him. When you see the frame by frame, it's crazy. And like the way they make him like collapse back into himself, it's supposed to, like everything they did with writing this nigga was perfect. Like even down to that little speech he had. Like, yo.
Wrote it down. I got it. Let me read it.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I don't mean it metaphorically or rhetorically or poetically or theoretically or any other fancy way. I'm Death, straight up, and I've come for you, Puss in Boots.
You could have stopped that straight up, but yeah. We're gonna work on your delivery. You need to put your deep voice on.
I don't have a deep voice. I'm a girl.
You do. You wanna learn how to do it? You wanna learn how to use your deep voice? I've been looking up stuff.
All right.
You ready?
Do I use my butt?
No, you use your gut. So,
all right.
When you talk normally, right, you can feel like your throat kind of. When you talk, you can usually feel your throat a little bit, like when the words are coming out in certain words. Like if you say "cuh," like say a C word, "cuh." You see how you feel you feel how you can feel it back there.
Yeah.
Now I want you to tighten your abdomen when you say "cuh."
Well, it's mostly fat. So.
Doesn't matter. I said abdomen for a reason. Cuh.
Cut.
What is happening right now?
I'm trying to teach her how to use her deep voice, and she's doing a terrible job at it. Basically, to use your deep voice, you have to speak from your gut. So when you speak from your gut, you go down an octave because all the air is coming from down here. It's interesting. I'm learning things.
Okay.
I learned that I don't have great control of my body. Like Chris can like move their nose and like their ears and
pause.
Like, their
That's genetic. You can't do that because you don't have the muscles to do that.
But like I can't move. Like I can't even flare my nostrils.
You just did it.
Did I really? Oh, we gotta clip this so that I can show Chris because I always say that I'm doing it and they say I'm not doing it.
You don't know how to. I feel like that's an easy one.
No, like I can't just do it. Like watch me. Okay, y'all ready?
You just fucking did it.
But look, I'm still trying. No, when you said I did it, I wasn't trying yet.
So my point is, you're not locking in on the sensation of when you do things. Then that means you're doing them subconsciously and not paying attention to the muscle that you have to focus on. Stop trying to move your eyebrows.
Trying to move my nose.
Stop moving your eyebrows. You're doing this. You're doing this. You're trying to. It's not up here. It's right here. Literally, like, if anything, move your lip down. Boom, you did it.
We were doing so well with the random tangents. We were doing so well.
I'm so sorry. Whoo, boy. All right. But Death. Nonetheless, Death is an amazing character. I think he's so well written. I think he's amazing. I think more villains should be written like him. For me, he was a villain who lost. Of course, most villains lose. That's kind of the purpose of the story. But, like, he was so well written, it was kind of like, damn, puss, you might have to take this L early.
Sure,
He,
you was Garo in this situation. He was cheering for
he
the
wasn't he
He
wasn't
was
better written
not.
than
The
Kid Buu over there.
Kid Buu is mindless chaos.
No characters are written better than Kid Buu.
I think there are better
No.
characters written.
I think all of
It,
them are.
it, the second he spawned into existence, his first thought was to blow up the planet he's standing on.
I'm like that. Yeah, I said I'm
I think
like
your
that. I'm smoking
consequences
on
be
these
damned.
niggas like a light pack.
In a show where every character has to have this long ass exposition about whatever the fuck they doing,
Okay, so
his
then he's
first
only
thought,
good because of the show, because technically any villain could have did that. Frieza did that when he was losing.
yeah, but that's when he was losing. He
Frieza
was
does
scared
that
to do
every
it.
time he
That's a
loses,
bitch.
actually.
That's a
That's
bitch,
Frieza's
and
out.
that's a bitch move,
No,
Santa.
no. Goku explained it. He was like, "See, Frieza, that's why you was a bitch ass nigga because you didn't even put your full force into it. We still got time. If you really was about that, you would have just did it like Kid Buu tried."
You mean like he did in Resurrection of F, which I'm pretty sure you didn't see?
Like
I
he
played the
did.
game. I can take this.
I played the game. Yeah, because he did it full force then, and Earth blew up instantaneously. And it still pisses me off that the Saiyans are like so powerful, but like if the Earth explodes, that's it for them. Like, oh, you're dying with it.
No, that don't make no sense. Can they not breathe in space? I don't
No,
know.
they can't.
They can't.
Oh, okay.
Which
Anytime
is
you saw a set,
crazy
mm-hmm.
because Bardock was definitely in space.
The argument is they
Bardock is
were
built
within the
different.
atmosphere enough for there still to be air. That's the argument they make.
That's bullshit.
It was a bullshit scene. It was the first thing they did. Like, you can't be too mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Diva, your next one.
Um, my last one, because I only did three because I follow directions, even though Greg tried to paint me as a villain.
You're a liar.
I'm not. Also, I realized I don't have any villains on my list. Please do not get me wrong. I really enjoy and love villains. This
Then why aren't
next
any on your list?
character, huh?
I ain't enough.
Shut up. You did. Pussy ass nigga. My next one. See, I would have them guess it, but they know it because
I should have guessed it the first time. It's right behind your head.
It is. Wow. Didn't
Yep.
even notice that.
Very cool.
Like, wow.
Yeah, not miracle, but also a great guess. It's going to be Yusuke Urameshi. I really enjoy him as a character. I enjoy his character growth, going from like just some like delinquent kid who's misunderstood, and there's some people who care about him and trying to help him, but he kind of just doesn't give a fuck, but is a good natured person, to understanding like who he is, the world around him, and how that may affect who he is, but like he shouldn't let those things change him too much. um yeah, like I really enjoy his I really enjoy the black tape arc where he has to fight the spirit detective before him, because a lot of the battles have more stakes, like morality stakes, not just like stakes of like, oh, I'm gonna, no, I'm gonna connect the demon world to, the physical world, but also like I'm also gonna test your morals as we're going through this process. Like if you don't do this correctly, you're gonna have to maybe go against some of your core beliefs, and I don't want that.
Yo,
And
leave this mosquito alone, bro. You're
I
not
got
gonna
it. I
catch
got
it.
the mother. I did. Look at that. He's dead. Dead mosquito. Oh no, I had notes on that paper. But yeah. It's fine.
Who
It's
else
fine.
but Diva?
I killed that damn mosquito. But yeah, I really enjoy his growth to even um like becoming, more mature. He still has the same like character. He's still like, I really don't, not I really don't care, but like I don't care what you think of me. I know that I'm doing things for what I think is right, even if you think it's wrong, and even if it's not the right way. Um, but there's a maturity that comes to it, especially when you do I don't know what the last tournament is called, but it's like a power tournament.
The
The
Dark
dark
Tournament.
No, the
Yeah,
dark tournament is the first one. There's a second
like the
tournament.
power tournament or something. I
It's
would
like
just
a
call it the
power
power
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah, the
This
power
is a
tournament.
fight for like who gets to rule Demon World. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
And
then
I
we get to
think
see him
like
become a demon.
no, you see him become a demon before that. But like when he suggests that tournament, like the way he goes about it was for smart for him.
D.
Like you see his growth like in that moment where he's like, yeah, I think we should just all have a tournament and whoever wins becomes the king, and then we do it again every 3 or so years, and that's
Nigga,
how
they
we
just
choose.
established democracy with hands. You know what?
Yes.
I support this.
it's that's just a dictatorship.
Yeah, it is
I'm
a
not gonna lie.
dictatorship.
If you want your candidate to really be up there with some good policies, you better get him in the gym the next 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. If the strongest person is the strongest person, you're not going to outstrong him in 3 years.
The hell if
Well,
I'm
I
not.
think if so,
Steroids
spoiler
for
alert,
2,
if
natural
you've
for 1.
never finished, no, spoiler alert, if you never finished Yu Yu Hakusho. So there were 3 people who were like chosen to win. And but the way the bracket ended up working out is that the 2 strongest ended up fighting each other before the finals, because that's just the way the
Quarterfinals.
bracket worked out. Right, they fought each other in the quarterfinals. So when the one who won that battle got to the finals, one, there were hard battles all the way up to that anyway. And then when they got to each other in the quarterfinals, one barely won. So the person from another side of the bracket won the bracket because he, won all his fights, but was able to beat that guy, and he was really strong. Like you got a little bit of lore on him
This
anyway.
exposition's getting a little long there, buddy.
Sorry, but I like the way it ended, and I just like like instead of him going to war or bending the knee and doing something a little bit more brash like he would have done in the beginning, because in the beginning he'd have said fuck you and punched the guy or some shit. He was like, no, I propose that we all get to fight each other. And everybody was like, yeah, I'm game. That sounds actually kind of cool. So I like the way that like he was mature enough to find a solution that would work, that wasn't, I mean, it was still fighting, but like that wasn't like catastrophic. So yeah, I love his maturity, I love his growth, but I love that he still remains who he is through all of that. So yeah, Yusuke Urameshi.
I ain't giving that boy no credit. They said, "Look, if you don't prove someone thinks you're a good person, you're gonna die." That was episode 1.
Someone thought he was a good person.
That was
After
actually
damn near
that was,
dying, yeah.
that was episode 2.
We're gonna move on
Episode
from Yusuke. We
episode
spent enough
1 was
time
him
talking
deciding
about.
that he
We're
wanted
gonna
to
move
become
on from Yusuke. We spent enough time talking about this nigga. Got he?
I
What's
just
your
wanted to
next
get
one?
my comment in.
No,
I
he's
just
what's
wanted
your
to
next
get
you
my
have
one.
to
comment.
What's your next one?
My next one is we're gonna go with Lulu. If you don't know Lulu,
Hunter?
who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Who's Lulu? Lelouch.
Lelouch
I knew he was gonna be on your
Lamproux.
list.
Yeah, it's either Lelouch Lamproux or Lelouch v Britannia. That's his birth given name. I have to go with Lelouch over other characters just because that's one of my favorite shows ever, and his villainous nature. He was the protagonist to some characters in the show, and the antagonist to others. So it was all about perspective.
Lelouch want to be Aaron so bad.
Lelouch
Yeah,
is Aaron's granddaddy.
to a
No,
degree.
because someone's gonna listen to this and be like, "See, I knew it." Like, and I'm gonna be like, "Stop this! Go do some research."
Yeah, if you don't know how Attack on Titan ends at this point, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, I know a movie came out, but come on now, Jesus, it's
Chris still doesn't know. I have been doing an amazing job at life at just blocking the ending while we're watching it from them.
well, I love that for y'all because Aaron stole his whole flow from Lelouch. Lelouch did. If you've seen Attack on Titan, that's pretty much almost it. Everything Aaron did was a Lelouch did, but Lelouch was smart from the beginning. He didn't have to kiss a hand to become smart.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's funny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Crazy.
People have been discrediting Code Geass as of late, because of one Super Gooner scene where a chick's humping the corner of a table and leaves a snail trail.
Wait,
That's
what?
not Code Geass.
I was told it was. People are trying.
I,
I'm telling you, people are trying to slander his name with this scene.
what does that do with him? But
Wait,
I'm telling you,
one scene can slander a whole show is crazy.
Do you not know how the internet works? Everyone's like, "This is what y'all want me to watch over Attack on Titan? Get this Gooner shit out of here!" And I'm like, "Wait, no, stop, stop."
I hate to admit this, but I've rewatched Code Geass several times. I've never seen no scene with nobody humping no desk. I think the most provocative scene you get is when a girl in the shower is like, "I know you're Zero," and he's like, I know your tits are out right now," and she's like, "Get out." It's like, I was just trying to give you a towel, you know.
I
You
wish I could be that
rewatched an
kind of guy.
anime more than like one more time, like multiple times.
He rewatches shit all the time. Don't let him lie to you.
I've
He
never.
does because he bullies me into it. By the way, I
No, no,
started
no.
this
He can
anime.
do that because he rewatches and watches. You just be rewatching shit.
Nuh-uh, I started a new anime
Now,
yesterday.
this year is brand new for you. I commend you actually
I
for
do
how
too.
you've gone into
This
it.
started
I have a new
last
hatred,
year.
if that makes you feel better. One of my friends told me this week because people on my Crunchyroll and whatnot, they were mad because apparently some anime called Moon Phase was taken off of Crunchyroll. I'm like, I never even heard of this. They's like, yeah, I've been rewatching that since like middle school. I'm like, what? This show came out in 2006. What do you mean? They were so desperate, they went and bought the whole season off of Apple TV for
I
40
wanna,
bucks.
I wanna buy. I think I wanna buy Yu Yu Hakusho like a DVD
So I
set.
recently
That
told Joy, I'm
and
like, look, I'm about to
and
buy a
Full Metal
DVD player.
Alchemist.
I'm about to buy like a
We have
4K
one.
DVD player or something like that. I don't have one. So I was like, I'm about to buy one because like I start to think like because of how streaming's going right now is damn near cable. So it's like
Yep.
I start to think like, what if I really would just want to rewatch a show? What if I really want to like some not apocalypse shit, but like what if my power not power yeah my power goes out and I only got a TV and I can't have streaming service or Wi-Fi? Like I want to be able to have these things, especially because like with my mangas that I've been collecting so far, it's kind of like all right, my kids can look at this and be like, yo, dad, what's that? Read and find out. It's peak. Some of them I have the first couple chapters. Some of them I'll have the whole run. But like, I think it
Yeah.
would be nice to also have like some box sets.
Yeah.
I want to say this real quick. I think Mustache Greg is more disrespectful than regular Greg because
Absolutely.
dude was whole talking like mid third sentence, and I looked at you, and you opened your mouth and just kept talking until she stopped.
He did. But
It was a
one-
battle for dominance, and I wasn't letting go. One of us was
Yeah,
gonna win.
Um, I wanna do it one because I watched that movie and that movie tripped me. That movie that came on Netflix and tripped me out and like it wasn't no like internet or nothing. And I was like, I gotta have DVDs. I gotta be able to watch my stuff. And the biggest thing, the thing that made me be like, from now on, I will be buying DVDs again. At Christmas, I wanted to have a Grinch marathon where I watched all of the Grinches in order.
Yo,
The Grinch with Jim Carrey was not available until like the week of Christmas. So I couldn't have my Grinch marathon. Like I couldn't watch like the first animated one, the Jim Carrey one, and the new animated one. I wanted to watch all three and I couldn't. And I don't like not being able to watch what I want to watch, especially when it's in season. Like it should be out. It's Christmas time. It was like December. It wasn't even like early. Like it can't be like, was it November? No, it was like December. Like it should have been out. So now I have to own things because
So
that cannot happen to me again.
a fun fact with that, we always watch the animated one, and now our mom really likes the new animated one. So we watch the OG, and we used to watch the OG and the regular, right? Because my mom's a huge Grinch fan. Every Christmas, we come over, we just sit over the house for a couple hours, and we watch the OG, which is 15. It's only 15 minutes long. Never realized that.
So quick. In and out.
So, and then we'll watch the next one. But this year, we watched the old one, and she really likes the new one, so we watched that one too. But like, yeah, because we were trying to do the same thing, and it was like we could not find the Jim Carrey one, and then have to pay $15 every year for that when I could pay like $10 one time and just have it.
Right. And have it. Yeah. So that is my new thing. So if you ever think, what could I get Diva XOXO? A DVD of something that I love. It could be an old Disney movie, a new Disney movie. Anything you ever hear me mention that I watch, just get the DVD. I have the whole Game of Thrones box set except for I'm missing one season. I think I'm missing season three or
You don't
five.
even. Never mind. None of my business.
Well, when my last part of this tangent, when my godmother died, I went to her house and went through all of her movies, and she collected. She had every you name the movie, she had it. Like I left with a box of DVDs.
Hmm. All right.
I think
Yeah,
So I'm gonna do my
so that's where
last.
most of my movies come from.
Oof, my last one's hard. I'm gonna go Sonic the Hedgehog, and
Mm,
that's because not only is he a staple in my childhood, but in my
that's
adulthood,
on
but
brand. That's
also
on
like
brand.
he's just a
I would
character I always really liked and resonated with. Um, I also liked his abilities, but I also just like the fact that like he's a can-do attitude, never gives up character. He's like one of the first characters I saw like that. And like no matter how big the problem was, like it was always like we'll fix it. Don't worry about it. Like it was almost never there was only like 3 times where Sonic crashed out. Like other than that, it's like we gonna fix it. Don't even stress,
As his
guys.
as his elder sister, Sonic was his life. You know what? I'm surprised you never had like a Sonic themed birthday party. Miami dropped the ball on that one. Like I feel like you should have had one.
I think
That's
it's
okay.
good that he didn't. But
I was about to say
Nah,
that, but I thought it'd be mean if I did because Mustache
nah.
Greg is just disrespectful.
he is because you would have cut her off as
He
soon
would
as she
cut me
said
off.
So
mommy.
we just gonna keep going now.
We're done. We're done.
What was
We
the
named
second one?
three.
I forget.
What's that one?
You said you had a theme. I was trying to guess it.
Oh, so Sonic the Hedgehog, Death from Puss in Boots,
Oh, there you go.
and
Yeah. So his theme is Gunner. Let me stop.
Gooner. Did you know that Sonic is one of the most searched things on Rule 34?
Why?
Gunner.
Why?
Gunner.
Why?
Cause Gooner's gonna goon.
I can't even like imagine why I would search that.
Because he's naked and
Cause
you
they
never
want to
see
see
his
furry
thong.
porn.
But there's so many other hot furries. Like
But he's walking around naked all of his existence and you never see his dong. That's probably why.
I think it's because a lot of people resonate with Sonic and then want to see him. Then they grow up and like, I like fucking things now,
he's
and I still
wait,
resonate
maybe
with this character.
wait, isn't a hedgehog is a marsupial, right?
How would I know that?
Oh. I'm trying new things.
I think hedgehogs are
Like
just
that.
mammals, bruh.
I was
No, because
thinking
they
they were
have a
mammals.
pouch. I thought they had a pouch. Maybe they are just
No.
normal. Y'all keep going. I'm just gonna find out from my own knowledge. If y'all want me to tell
It's a
y'all, I'll
mammal.
tell
I'm
y'all.
positive of it. I'm waiting for you to say it's a mammal. It has teats.
Yeah, doesn't mean yeah. It is a mammal. Okay,
If it's
but
got
like it
teats,
has
it's a
like,
mammal. If it's
but I
got
thought it
teats, it's
had
a
a,
mammal.
but I thought it had a pouch.
No.
Okay, I don't know what I was thinking of then. All right, ting.
It's a marsupial. Marsupial. That's a monkey.
Marsupials have no. Marsupials are like kangaroos.
Okay.
They have
Moving
little
forward.
pouches.
So yeah, the theme kind of is one cool and calm collected characters, but also kind of like high level confidence characters. All the characters I described all have a very high level of confidence. Like almost nothing bothers them, and when something bothers them, they crash out. They do. But like other than that, it's like they're like whatever's happening is gonna happen. Like I'm gonna fix it. Don't worry about it. I had a couple honorable mentions. Static Shock, Dante slash Nero, Jaden Yuki, Lee from Darker Than Black, Hakari, and the fun one, Fantastic Mr. Fox slash the Big Bad Wolf from The Bad Guys.
Oh, the big bad wolf from the bad guys is a great one. Yeah, you had a long list. My list was super long too. Like any character you've ever heard me talk about in length was on it. Like Ravi, Mirako, Sanji's on it. Um, who else was on it? I'm trying to think of just people off the top because it's on my desk at work.
All the answers are right
Uh,
behind us. God damn it.
yeah,
Who was that
yeah.
last corn next to Mariko?
Sanji.
Wait, I thought that was Sanji.
Yeah. Sukuna was on it. Static Shock was on it. Edward Elric was on it. Jack Skellington. Um, Yamato, Draken, anyone who Inuyasha. Characters who like I've spoken about probably not a million times,
Damn it!
but
I missed my
multiple
opportunity
times.
to yell a bullet bag.
Bullet.
Draken.
Draken.
Because he got
I
shot.
mean, yes. Wow.
Yeah. I hate that
Okay.
show.
Joke.
I'm gonna slander it forever.
I really enjoyed that show.
Want to know something
Joker.
funny?
What's up?
Takamichi's one of Rab's favorite characters because he stands on business at all times. And you know what? He does, but he's still a bitch.
He's still a bitch. You know, I hate to say this because most shows, like if a character dies or is taken off for whatever reason, typically um doesn't throw me. But um, yeah, when Draken died, it definitely it made me stop reading, and I only reason why I finished it was because like I had this weird
You were so close to
uh,
the end.
yeah, like this weird thing that I have to finish, and I know I'm like right there. So I did end up finishing, but like him dying did ruin the series for me.
Nigga, did
Because
you
it
just
was
tell me that you edged the series?
nah.
No,
That's a great thing
almost
to
quit.
say. But
um,
it's because Draken dies around what chapter, like 250. There's only like 275 chapters.
Spoiler
So
alert: the manga's over, but the show's not.
the
too
show
late
is
for
not.
spoiler alerts. You said it first. Like you were the first person to
I
start
said
to
he got
stop it.
shot. I didn't say that he died.
In a show where they don't use gun, what you think happens when somebody gets shot?
I mean, he got stabbed and didn't die. And people saw that.
Is a knife a gun?
A knife is a knife. It's
And
a
a gun
form
is
to
a
kill
gun.
people.
Anyways, yeah,
Niggas get
that's
shot every day, B.
just it's tough. It was tough after that.
Really
But
gonna have to do these one by one. I'm not happy about that.
Oh, your head. Got it. Fuck. There was something I wanted to say. Oh,
News.
Takamichi is talk no jutsu in real life. I realized that by having this conversation. Because in real life, someone's still gonna whoop your ass. In Naruto, he's like, oh, maybe I do need to change. His version of it is
Yeah.
kind of like, my peeps get it, or like this person's like, oh no, this guy's kind of tough. It's like, no, he just can handle an ass whooping relatively well. Relatively.
Yeah.
I get where you're
Function.
going. I get where you're going, but all of his speeches literally only work on, I think once. Like eventually, it's more like I'm gonna keep whooping your ass, and then the police showed up, and it's like, well, now I gotta stop. The police are here.
Now I
That's
gotta
really what
stop.
happened.
It's crazy.
Like he does a speech and they always are like, yeah, that's cute, but I'm still gonna fuck you up. Like we're fighting. That I don't give a fuck about how
You should not be leaving
feel.
every fight looking like you just went through hell.
I think
And
the
then
only time it worked was in season 1 when Mikey was about to crash out and he stopped it. Every other time, even when Mikey went really dark, it never worked. He just said, "That's cute."
like spoiler alert. I think this just happened in the anime. Like would be the end of the current season. He kills himself. He's like, no, don't do it. And he like, like you're cute. It's
What's
Takamichi
mightier,
with
the
his speeches.
what's mightier, the pen or the
Like,
sword?
Thank God.
This show is showing me that the sword is way stronger than that goddamn pen.
yeah, and like that's the other thing. Oh, it does work in like he does do a good job at pep talking. Like they be losing the fight and then he say some shit and they be like, oh yeah, Takamichi still
This
getting
nigga
his ass
Irwin?
whooped. I can still
I think
fight.
that's really more of the motivation. It's like this nigga just got dog walked and he's still talking confidently. I can't back down.
Right. I can't be. I really think it's like a pride thing. It's like, damn, I can't be like bitchier than Takamichi. I gotta get up.
Like
not-
imagine Greg, imagine it like this, right? We're collectively going skydiving, and I'm like, I don't want to go skydiving, and I start bawling my eyes out, and then I jump. You initially wasn't going to jump, but you like that man was crying and he jumped. I can't not do it, so now I gotta do
I'm
it.
jumping without a parachute. That's the only way I can make up for the lack of nigga that is existing inside of me at this moment.
That's what happens.
Someone's gotta catch me. Like I gotta be like, look, whoever catch me, catch me. And if you see me just go right past you, like, just know I was real on the way down. Real as fuck.
That is, if you ever wanted to.
I promise you, if you see me just fly past you, I'm turning around and doing this, bro. Goodbye.
and that's Tokyo Avengers.
Oh man.
Because even the villain, I don't remember his name. The one with the glasses. The one with the glasses. He was like, nah, not this bitch ass nigga outdoing me. That was literally his whole thing. He was mad that Takamichi outdid him, so the girl that he liked noticed Takamichi. That was his whole villain arc.
And the actual crazy part about that whole little arc was he was like, "You were time traveling too, right?" It's like, "No, what time traveling? What the fuck are you talking about?" It's like you were creating new plans. You were going to the future, making new plans, and this man was just smart enough to be like, "All right, well, now I do this."
Yeah.
How is he always one step ahead of us? Because you're stupid as an adult. You're a goddamn neat.
Drive me nuts. You a grown ass man doing this shit, and you a girl. Question. I got a real question. He was a grown ass man in a kid's body, crushing and crying his heart out about this little girl when she was a little girl still.
Pause. I see what you're trying to do. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
that?
it. This
He
the
was crushing on
equivalent
her. He was crushing on her in the future.
right.
But in times he was in the
You
past.
can't yell. You can't do what we do unless you turn that
wasn't-
gain down, big fella.
In
wasn't
times that
in
he
the
was in the past, no, when he was in the past, in his past self, because she even mentioned, she was like, sometimes you're not really you. Sometimes you're like really sweet and really nice. And then other times you're like not
kid.
you. Yeah. He was still, was he crushing for her or future her?
Nigga, he was crushing.
Same
Please don't dig into this. You're making something
Yeah.
out of nothing here.
Because he was still nervous, like a little bitch.
You don't even
when
have the
she
best
would hold his
argument
hand.
here.
Nah.
You would go in with his like, what if he met a girl and started trying to have sex with her in his like back in the past, and he went to the past and he was in the middle of the act? That was a better argument than he's crushing over this girl 10 years later, and he goes back in the past and he's still
He
crushing.
kisses her. They kiss.
He was in a
he's
15-year-old
15.
body, yeah. Does that
He
mean
was
that
fif-
girls that are mentally mature further than boys, like a 15-year-old who's
Right.
already thinking about college and saving money for an
Fine.
apartment, can't kiss another
Y'all win.
15-year-old boy?
Y'all win. Fine. Y'all
We
got
know
it.
you love pedophiles. It's okay.
I don't, because I hate bitch and Michi. I will never
Like
love him.
Ahsoka.
You do like
That's
Hisoka.
different.
That's a pedophile.
That's different.
Pedophile.
I saw an argument
Pedophile.
that Hisoka and Goku are
Illumi.
the same.
I'm
Do you
I'm
mean
gonna take the
Illumi?
reins here as the
Okay.
host, and we're gonna go right into the guy.
said.
Nope, we're gonna go into the news. We're gonna stop this
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Nope. So
Yeah.
first news
Yeah.
point.
No way.
Shout out
No,
to
no,
Kendrick
no
Lamar at
way.
the Grammys because that man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. That man got 5 Grammys for one song, broke the record for how many Grammys one song has ever gotten at a Grammy, and proceeded to do
Maybe
all
it's
of
a
this in a
tuxedo.
Canadian tux to shit on Drake. Drake, don't even get
He was
up.
in a
Stay in the
Canadian
house.
tux?
Thank you. See, I'm so glad that he is on TikTok because then I can tell him fun shit like this. So the all jean,
Yeah.
like that, how he's wearing it, like jean dress shirt, jean pants.
Yeah.
That's known as a Canadian tux.
No.
No, but look it up.
Google it.
I looked it up afterwards. I did not believe it.
I didn't believe it either.
No.
Yes, this
Yes.
man is a villain. He needs to be on my list. Ah!
So do you have a thing for villains or?
Cause you really like
what-
Kendrick, dog. Like, yo, come on. You can't tell me this ain't next level. You can't
I
tell
love-
me this ain't next level villainy.
I love Section 80. I love Section 80. That,
You
that
like
don't make
Gen
me
X?
like- What?
You like GNX?
You like GNX real bad.
real bad.
I like all the albums. I'm saying I love the person that made Section 80 and everything after.
Oh, okay. You like Kendrick. That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Cause dog, I didn't even peep that. Like I was like, oh, he's probably gonna say something disrespectful. No, he kept it kosher and just said, Look at me in my Canadian tux. Oh, how many
My
Grammys do you
Grammy.
have, Drake? I think Drake has like 3 or 4, maybe
has
5.
5.
He has 5.
He has
I got
5.
that tonight in my Canadian tux. Suck it, Canada boy.
And that's not Kendrick's first Grammy, correct?
Hell
It's
no.
22nd. It's just
Yeah,
22nd.
that's his 22nd.
Okay.
Almost every
Um,
there's only a few years where there's 1 year he didn't get one in the last 10 years or 9 years that happened, and almost every other year he got 2 or more.
Okay.
Yeah, he had 17. After that night, he hit 22.
Oof.
So, shout out to Kendrick. I don't hate Drake by any means of the any stretch of the imagination, but damn, I don't like Drake's stands because Drake stands are trying to say that he didn't lose the beef and all this other shit when
Didn't
we are
say
still
anything.
we're still talking about it. This nigga has been silent for months. Actually, he broke his silence and made a post today and tried to say stuff about like how
Other than his lawsuit.
he was like they tried to discredit Edison, they tried to discredit Einstein, say he was wrong, and then someone was like, you know what's really funny about this post? Edison stole other people's patents.
Yeah.
That is proven.
Literally. It's
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a villain. See, he thought deep about that one and still said it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like
know what
you
the,
can't make
what
this
the
shit up.
problem is? You know what the problem is? Drake wants to be a villain and is not doing a good job at it. And Kendrick
He's
is like, I just
syndrome.
he's and like and Kendrick is like one of those people who are just like, leave me. He's like I don't I'm gonna say Mr. Freeze, but that's the only person that comes to mind right now quickly. Like he's just like, I just want to be left alone to do my thing over here. But if y'all bother me, I will fuck y'all up. Like I'm not a villain. I'm a killer, but don't push me.
He's that quiet dog that's big as fuck that sits in someone's yard. That's like it just stares at you when you come into the fence. But then Drake said, "I'm gonna open this fence and I'm gonna be like you guys and come in the yard." And that dog said, "Growl," and then he didn't listen. That dog stood up, and then he didn't listen, and then that dog proceeded to tear that ass apart. And then afterwards, Drake went, "I was still inside though."
Yeah, Drake just wants to be a villain, but he isn't good at it. Like he's not a good villain.
Bruh, everyone yelling out A minor is crazy.
And so the other thing, like I was talking to Jordan about this. I was being a conspiracy theorist. I was like, so the Grammys is like peer, like a vote of your peers. That's like
Yeah.
your peers saying, "Good
Right,
job."
right.
So when they saw like Kendrick nominations, after like they gave them, let's say after they gave him 3 wins or 2 wins, it was probably like, y'all,
We should fuck with this nigga.
we should fuck with Drake. Like, wouldn't that be like? I really feel like they were just after like, because at first I feel like they were just like, "Yep, that's a Kendrick win, like legit." And I don't think none of his wins aren't legit. I'm just playing for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I get
But like, they're like, what if we fuck with Drake? Everybody want to fuck with Drake? 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 Okay. Get
Y'all
all of the
think-
wins. Let's go.
Y'all think Drake's
I
gonna
think-
sue?
He
The
can't.
Grammys is crazy.
He's suing Universal Music Group.
He pulled that back.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
pulled
hear about
back.
that one yet, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
pulled
pulled-
that back.
He pulled
but
that
he
back, and now
attempted to
he's
do
only
it, right?
suing-
So like, I don't think it's
Yeah.
too far fetched to say, "Oh, I'm suing you guys for defamation."
I'm letting Kendrick win.
You let him call
Yeah.
me a pedophile 5 times last night. And you know what? I hope he does it another 6 at the Super Bowl this weekend. Oh, people are wondering, are they going to make him censor it? Is he only going to be able to transition? I hope they just say, Kendrick, have fun with your set.
Fun.
The song won a Grammy. Like, of course they're
They
going to
have
let it
to.
out.
They have to play it. They have to play it. It won. No, the song won 5 Grammys.
Yeah.
The
No,
song
but I'm
won 5
saying
Grammys.
it won the Grammy as the song of the year.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to play it more than
Um,
once? Or he's only going to get one of those off?
I think he's only gonna be able to get one of them off because he's got to do other stuff.
I want
Yeah, you
3.
got- you
I
got
want
30
one in the
minutes.
beginning. I want one at the end, and I want one on the walkout.
Nah, he got 30 minutes. He's gonna flex the
Yeah.
catalog because there's a lot of old songs that people are forgetting.
Yeah,
Fair.
and also because it's also not like a concert where if he runs over or whatever, it's not that big of a deal, you know. Like if
Right,
they
you're
having
right.
fun at the end, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's
Fine.
pretty.
You got 30
First of all,
minutes.
yeah, I find it amazing how they like do it and get them off and get the football players back on. Like it's a,
Yeah,
I
it's
would
a
Yeah.
like,
whole thing.
I would, yeah, I would want to go to the Super Bowl just to see that part. Like I'll be like, can I just come in for the breakdown and setup of the halftime show? I don't need to stay. Well, I guess
You could
I need
probably
to
apply
stay,
for
but like,
seasonal and just help.
yeah, I just want to see y'all like do it, do the thing, and they do the thing, and because like you gotta think like the artist is doing their thing, and then they just break it all down, and then it's football again. It's amazing to me.
It's,
Um,
it's fascinating.
yeah. So while we're on the Grammys, I'm just gonna do a couple ones that I care about. So, album of the year went to Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. We
I have
talked about
thoughts on
songs.
that one.
I
You said what? You have
I have
thoughts?
thoughts about that one.
Oh,
I
let's talk about it.
let's talk about it. Go ahead, Heath. You start.
Hmm.
I people are gonna hate me for this because when I say this, there's no hate in my voice whatsoever. I mean, I don't listen to Beyonce like that. I hear songs here and there, but I'm not a
No, I agree.
Beyonce fan. I recognize Beyonce makes good music. I'm
Right, right, right,
just
right.
saying I'm personally not a Beyonce fan. But when I say it like this, when someone told me Cowboy Carter won, I was like, I'm curious. Did it also get involved in the country category, right? And
Yes.
didn't it win the country album of the year? And like
Yes.
that's why it won album of the year because it hit that market enough to win that award. So now it has to win this award because you can't deny it at this point.
I think I don't disagree, but I don't think this should have been for well, my in my opinion, I don't think this album should have been her album of the year. Like I feel like she has had other albums that should have won album of the year.
Right. And
So
that's why I say what I say
Yeah.
because it won country album of the year, which means it hit that market hard enough to win that award. So now you can't deny her that she had a good enough album to win album of the year.
I
Yeah.
agree with
Uh,
you. I agree with you both in the sense of like it. She's had amazing albums that didn't win album of the year, and I'd be confused, but that's neither here nor there. That's the past. We're here. What I look at is kind of like you said, it hit that market. Let's say the market, it hit the white market hard enough for them to say country song of the year, right? It didn't just hit the
Oh, well,
black market like some albums do, and we play the fuck out of our music. From what I
yeah.
know, all the Beyonce stans and fans have been wearing that album out, along with new people who are like, "Oh, this girl, real Southern girl." So like, I think that's
Also,
why it's two demographics rather than like one really pushing hard for this. You know?
and then also, I not even in a bad way. The albums nominated for album of the year, weren't how do I say this? Weren't as competitive.
What were
As they
they?
normally are.
They I feel like sometimes they normally are.
What
We
were the
have
albums?
New Blue Sun by Andre 3000,
I,
Jacob
yeah.
Kohler, I think it's DJ's Volume 4, Short and Sweet, Sabrina Carpenter, The Tortured Poets, Something, whatever, by Taylor Swift, The Rise and Fall of Something by Chapel Ronan, and that's who won Artist of the Year. Um,
I think the
Brat
only
by
thing I've
Charlie XCX, and then Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish.
I think the only people in competition were Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, and Billie Eilish. Then, because like I haven't heard about anything about the other albums. I have heard about Sabrina Carpenter a lot this year. Taylor Swift is always going to be someone who's in the conversation. We know this. And Billie Eilish has this past like 3 year run. She's good, but like she's been blowing up with the whites. I know that for a fact. Like the whites and the
Um,
emo girls.
I I know about Andre 3000's album, but it wasn't what people thought his album was gonna be.
Yeah, I
I
remember.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I wanted to speak on the jazz song or jazz album of the year winner.
I haven't gotten there yet.
She's
Yeah, I was
20.
gonna let her get back to the.
Yeah, so we did Song of the Year, Country Album of the Year. We just talked about Rap Album, Doechii. Congratulations, Doechii.
I haven't listened to the full
Um,
album.
I've heard
I
nothing
have.
but I've heard
I
nothing
have.
but great things about her album, so
I love it.
I'm very happy for her.
I
Wait, wait,
love
wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. Let's stop for a second. I want to talk about Doechii. I want to talk about
Hmm.
Doechii. I like Doechii.
Okay,
Damn. First song I heard about
I'm
Doechii
trying to
was
make it too long.
nope. You like to make everything else long.
I like things long.
No girth. Pencil penis. Like I was gonna say, I like Doechii. The first song I ever heard about her was Spooky Coochie, and that like perked my ears up immediately. However, I enjoy. I'm saying, however, like some bad's coming. I enjoy her very much. Period. Point blank. I need to listen to the album. I just haven't sat down with it. Like I've listened to, I think 40% of it just from it coming up in my like playlist or like my like recommended song. So I'm like, oh, this album obviously is something I'm gonna enjoy. The one thing I wanted to talk about is her performance, and that made me laugh because I'm like, yo, she's so open about her BBL. She loves it. She's happy with it. Do what you want to do with your body. Have fun, right? The thing I've been saying is, damn, bitch get a BBL and can't stop showing it off. She loves showing that thing. You know what? I ain't mad at it, Doechii. I ain't mad, but I am mad.
When you spend the money and get a good one, I think you should show it off because
Look,
some of these BBLs people be showing off and they need to go ahead and put it away.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, no. Don't show it off too much because then it gets annoying. But like, it's all in her brand, so it doesn't really matter. But like, if I got leg extensions and got like a couple inches taller, I promise you, you would never see me in a picture that didn't have a doorway opening in it. Niggas gonna be like, yo, Greg, the sun's over there. I'm like, yeah, but the doorway's over here. I be showing these legs off, brother.
Do y'all know what label Doechii is with?
Yeah, I do.
No.
I can't remember the name.
Oh, you want me to tell you? She's with TDE.
Yeah, she's with TDE. And TDE, they got something over there. I don't know what's in the water over there, but they got something.
She's definitely so talented too. Like in this past year, I feel like she's really gotten to blossom and bloom. And that's so amazing. Like seeing her cry about it was like, yo, she did not expect this. And like she definitely earned it, like from what I've heard so far. She's great. She seems like a dope person. I would love to talk to her. She's my kind of like friend woman. Unhinged.
So Sabrina Carpenter took home a pop vocal album and pop solo performance, and then music video was Not Like Us. Get Over Some More. Best African American music performance went to the Thames. Songwriter.
The Tims.
I'm sorry, Thames. I was thinking like this. I was going to say The Temptation. Went to Thames.
Are you only gonna read the black categories? It's Black History Month. I'm gonna let you have it.
I can read some of the other.
No, don't. I wasn't asking you to. I just wanted to know how long your exposition was gonna be. I'm joking.
Nope. Rap performance is Not Like Us. Rap song, Not Like Us. Yeah, I'm literally just doing kind of. I'm trying to get like the black people. R&B went to Money Long, Made for Me, and then R&B album
for that one.
Huh?
She thanked Kai Cenat for that one when she met him on the carpet.
That's nice. And then 11:11 Chris Brown won R&B Album of the Year, and that was kind of a big deal because he hasn't won an R&B Album of the Year in like 20 years, which is crazy to say. Or any kind of R&B Album of the Year in like 20 years, which
that's crazy. He's not that old. That's actually crazy.
It's crazy because he's not that old, and it's also crazy because he's had pretty good R&B albums in that 20-year span as well. Another TDE person. TDE took home like I don't know how many Grammys last night. They took not last night, a couple nights ago. They took a bunch because Saturn, SZA, R&B Song of the Year. Don't care about music film. Oh, Erykah Badu.
You didn't have to say that.
Say it like that.
You could have just left it in the dome.
Sorry. I'm clicking through in real time. Sorry. Erykah Badu and Rhapsody. Shout out to Rhapsody winning a Grammy melodic rap performance. And
I have a crush on Erykah Badu singing. Not the person, But like, and probably
Yeah,
probably the person too. But like when I listen to her music, I be like, yo, stop serenading me. Like,
she does. She trying to she like why you trying to take my stop trying to take my pants off.
stop. Why you trying to sing my
Stop.
pants off?
Right.
Stop. And I'm definitely using that.
Next.
I'm definitely saying stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, keep
Stop.
going. Keep going.
Yeah, it's a stopper. You said jazz vocal album, right? That's what you wanted to talk about.
So yeah. So it's a
Samara Joy,
yes. She's
and
only
it's called
20.
A Joyful Holiday.
She's only
Oh,
20.
really? Wow.
It was I believe it was jazz, and people are like, that's insane because usually jazz takes time. I think it was
Yeah.
jazz. I'm sorry if I'm fucking this up. I'm pretty sure it was jazz, or was it soul? It was jazz or soul. I'm one of the two.
What was the
Well,
song?
I haven't gotten to. I didn't see a
I think
soul,
I
but
sent
this
it to
jazz
y'all.
one was
Actually, now
called.
that I think about it, did I send it to you?
Don't send me
Jazz
shit all
vocal
day, man.
album was Samara Joy. Let me see here.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Me.
Twinkle Twinkle Little
Best
Me.
jazz performance.
I
And then
don't
she
have-
also won Best Jazz Vocal Album, which was The Joyful Holiday.
Samara Joy's 25 years old, if that's what you're talking about. She was born in 99.
Yep, that's her. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of people are like, yo, she's only in her 20s. She's only 25, right? That's insane to think about because like things like this, things like jazz, things like soul take time, right? Especially something as slow as jazz. Well, jazz can be a little fast, swing time, but like jazz is something that takes time to perfect. And like people are saying like, yo, this is the past and the past and the future like clashing, hitting each other. Like this is amazing. And I'm like, that's so cool to see because usually if I hear something like jazz, I actually see like a 65-year-old woman or man like up there like who really been learning and studying their shit like going off. But like, no, like seeing a 25-year-old hit that crazy because like 25-year-olds and young people I expect like rap, R&B, pop, country. Like I expect the youngers for that. But like seeing someone in this category that I would normally include as old, like maybe I need to hit a little jazzy jazz at work. Probably not, unless I'm really trying to focus, because I do listen to like classical and contemporary music sometimes, but only when I'm like trying to focus on writing something that's not energetically driven, like an email.
So, well, shit. Okay. Traditional R&B performance, Lucky Day. That's you.
That horse that lost underwater? No, I'm kidding.
I
Shark Tales.
really
Shark
am.
Tales. Jesus Christ.
I really am. See me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. So if I'm not mentioning something y'all wanted to hear, sorry.
She's
Not
racist.
sorry. Not racist. Can't be racist. I don't have the power. Prejudice.
You do here.
Um.
You have a third of the power here. Racist.
Here, I'll give you one. Alley, best comedy album goes to.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought she was going to finish it.
No, go ahead.
Dave Chappelle, The Dreamer.
Oh, okay.
His last
Yep,
special.
I just got to it. Yeah, his last special. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna go through because there's a whole lot of more. There's a whole lot of categories. Feel free to look them up yourself. But I did want to mention the Grammys because it was a very good night for a lot of people who deserve their wins, and I wanted to give them a shout out, make sure we recognize them.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Shout out to all the Grammy winners. What you gonna say?
Yep, all 94 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's 94 categories. Ugh.
So that being said, I want to talk about some controversy on the Yo red carpet. We talked about it a little bit in our little group chatty chat. But Bianca Censori, Kanye's, I don't know if she's his ex-wife or current wife right now, because I believe I heard that they were getting a divorce. I do not know. I need to fact check that. But
Okay.
let's say his wife currently.
Mm-hmm.
Diva, your reaction lets me know that you haven't seen it. Just look up Bianca Censori.
I saw it.
Oh, you saw
I
it?
saw it.
Cool. She should be arrested. That's a crime, right?
Arrested.
That's a crime.
No,
Yeah, that's cool.
not legally.
Not legally.
Public indecency.
That's a literal crime.
She wasn't necessarily indecent. She was indecent by what we would deem indecent.
Did you just say she wasn't necessarily indecent? She was indecent.
Go ahead, defend the heat. Defend
I
it.
said
You're
you
on
see,
trial.
He didn't add the inflection when he repeated what I said. I said she wasn't necessarily indecent. She was indecent. See that inflection? That means I think she was indecent. But when it comes to laws like that, there are like lines that are they could skim, and I feel like that was the point.
Well, the direct definition is public indecency is a criminal offense that involves lewd or sexual behavior in public place. It can include exposing one's genitals or breasts, engaging in sexual activity, or making obscene gestures. Damn, making a dick sucking gesture is public indecency, and you can be arrested or fined for it. That being said, I think it fits the category, but in all honesty, let's outside of crimes, just generalities like. I don't know. I've never understood high fashion. I don't believe that to be high fashion. I think that's actually pretty low class
It
in my
wasn't a
opinion.
fashion statement. It was a Kanye statement. Those are
But
not the
that's my
same.
thing. It makes me think like, what does he
Hypocrisy
have on
to
her
me.
family, bro? What does he have on you? Cause like
Well,
that's
see,
crazy.
I think she was a willing participant. Like I
I
said,
think she's a will. Oh, I definitely think she. I
yeah.
think she's a willing participant. I mean, uh, what is it? All publicity is good publicity, type deal.
I
Like
guess. But I'm not even
she.
talking about Kanye at that point. I'm talking about her, unless she wants to be talked
Yeah,
about.
I mean
That's what I'm
that.
talking about for her. For
Yeah,
her,
Mm.
because
regardless if
like
they stay together or not. This is something we're talking about it. We are
Niggas
right.
want
right
15
here
seconds of
talking
fame
about
that bad?
I wouldn't call it 15 seconds because, like I said, I don't think by definition she did anything wrong. Because looking up what I believe is defined as public indecency, public nudity and exposures of genitals. She was not exposing her genitals; you could see them through what she was wearing.
it. Her genitals were exposed. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
No,
about.
no. Being
nope.
able to see through clothes is. If I go out in see through pants, I will get arrested for public indecency. Period. Point
Yeah,
blank. It's
they were
not a question.
exposed. Just because she's not doing a motion to expose them, they are exposed.
But it's a red carpet.
That doesn't change the law.
That doesn't change. Right, doesn't change. Greg can't go out with his dick out on the red carpet.
But
If I
he would
go
get
in,
arrested because why was he on the red carpet?
damn, I'm not
We
red
gonna get
carpet
famous
worthy.
he
I know I shaved
down.
my beard off, but I'm not red carpet worthy, brother.
Not
If
without
you
that.
ran
Not without a
down the
beard.
red carpet with no
I'm not
pants
saying that.
on,
I'm saying if I went with
No,
Be More Nerdy
if
and I
he
was
was-
wearing see-through pants,
Right,
I'm
on the red
going to
carpet.
prison.
And we
If-
could see which side his dick likes to lay on. He's going to prison.
he wasn't on the red carpet. I'm just trying to say, like, if it was really a crime, they would have got her.
Well, they escorted them out, so I don't think they wanted to make a scene about it because, like, she technically came. She came clothed for the most part, you know, big puffy. No one knows what's under it, and they were all like, "Show us what's under. Show us what's under." She gave them a little shoulder.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, maybe it's low," and then after that, she takes it off, and they just bop off. I'm pretty sure very shortly after that, they're like, "Nah, you niggas gotta get the fuck. What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
They
I
did.
think-
They were not escorted out, by the way.
I read that they left
They were
early. It said one thing said they were escorted, one thing said they left early. That's
I
all I
thought
got.
they were asked to leave.
That's all I
It
got.
said- Yeah, a lot of news sources say that they were not escorted. They showed up for the carpet and then left. They didn't plan on staying in
Fair.
general.
Then that's a Kanye statement, like you said, definitely.
I don't think it's not a Kanye statement. I just don't like the hypocrisy of it. Kanye went on all these rants about Kim and how she needs to be more modest and blah 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 for the kids, and whether this woman may not be the mother to your kids, but if she's a woman in your life, whether your girlfriend or wife or fiance or whatever, then you should be if that's your stance, you should expect the same thing from them because she is also an influence on your children. If that is the stance that you're going to be on. If not, if you don't give a fuck and you're just saying that because you are mad, then again, hypocrisy, and I don't like hypocrites.
Fair.
I think she's a grown woman. She did what she wanted to do. Kanye probably had some influence, but he wasn't holding a gun to her head.
No, I don't think he was definitely. I don't think he was holding a gun to her head. I think it was more like a, "Hey, you're gonna wear this naked dress," and she was like, "Ah, cool." Bet.
Yeah, and that's what, like, it was such a Kanye thing. The fact that they didn't even stay, like they didn't even make an attempt to stay. I'm like, this was just something to do. This was just a random Sunday night for them.
Niggas was bored in the house and said, "You know what we're
Here's
gonna
the
do? We're gonna cause discourse with your naked body." And you know what she
probably
said?
was like,
"I'm in."
no, that's not what she said. She didn't say I am in. She said, as long as we can get food on the way home.
It's all
That's
about the.
what you said. As long as we're grabbing something on the way home.
There's a line. Like, I wouldn't care if, like, something like pasties or, you know, anything the same color was used. Or, hell, you could even put in different material to make it look nude. Because people do that all the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a line. It's a very thin line, but there's a line.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think the very thin, which is crazy that the line is so thin. Why we have to cross it? Why we had to cross it? We could have just not did that.
Oh,
We
well.
wouldn't, because there's so many ways to do pasties nowadays. It would have just looked like she had nippleless boobs, which I think would be cool.
Fun fact,
I
did you
think
know
it
they
would have.
make bras that have a little protrusion like a nipple, specifically so it can look like you have no bra on? Kim Kardashian made them.
Bet she did. Well, I don't know. Have you ever seen that video of North telling Kim that she don't like her outfit and Kim trying to be like, "You need to work on like your delivery." When she was wearing that like pearly thing, if you see in the video, that nude illusion that she had on was really good. And I watch enough drag queens to know there's enough illusion things out there that she could have used. Some of them be looking oddly real. It's crazy. I'd be like, my skin don't even look that smooth. How'd you do it? And they'd be like layers and layers of tights, and I'd be like, I ain't doing all that. Sounds hot. Cause like
So
think
we're gonna
about it. When
move
they
on to the next
no, when
thing.
they no, I'm gonna educate y'all. So what they do is right, they got their body, they got boy body, and then you take couch cushions. You take a
Boy,
cushion
man.
that you shape it in the shape of Africa, and that's how you get hips, and those are hip pads. And then you can do some, and you do it like this to get a butt. So then you get hippies and butts, and then you put on one pair of tights over that. So that holds your body in place. Then you take another pair of tights and you put that over there. So now your body looks smooth, like one whole piece. Then if you're doing something fancy, maybe you got like glittery tights or sheery tights or like, the cutout stuff. So that now then you put on tights like a regular person. And now you're a woman.
This is just turning into one long exposition after another.
I didn't even explain how to tuck. So
Nope.
let's keep
So we're
going.
gonna go over the next part, and that's gaming. And Baldur's Gate 3 has patch 8 coming out, and the stress test for that came out just today, Tuesday. So shout out to Baldur's Gate. I love it. Me and he still haven't finished our gameplay of it, and we're gonna finish it, and then we're gonna start another one. Except we're gonna try and drag Twan into it because it'll be funny. It'll be hilarious, actually. I'm positive that nigga would just end up killing most of the people. Like, he wouldn't even try and figure shit out.
Did y'all hear that? Jesus.
I don't think Tawan would play the game, but only one way to find out.
I like to fantasize about it.
You fantasizing about him playing games with you?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
I like to think about when we get to play the free Elden Ring game.
You hear that? He not fantasizing about you.
I
He
think
fantasizing
about
Twan.
us.
Why would I care?
I think about.
Have a
You don't
discussion.
mind that you don't care about your man thinking about another man?
As a great man once said, now let's reflect. Why would I care?
You hear that, Greg? He just said that he got niggas on the side.
Why are you trying to sice, dog?
This is instigating.
He knows where home is.
I'm gonna stop.
Be included. Y'all didn't even ask me if I wanted to play. Y'all went straight to Twan. It's crazy.
Shut up. You don't play games. It'd be a waste of time and money. You'd be like, guys, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna get off and go to sleep. You'd be Deja.
Late, like last night she was playing. I was like, it's past my bedtime. Y'all awake and active.
Because
I
when
can
you're a
go
gamer, there's
sleep.
no such thing as bedtime. We get this dub, we don't sleep.
Everybody knows I go to bed early. My best friend texts me at like 9. I'm gonna tell you the time. He texted me at 9:48 last night and said, "You still up?" Because they know my ass go to bed. And I said, yeah, because I just so happen to be up.
Are you excited for the update with the what is it? The addition of, I think it was 12 or 9 new subclasses and crossplay in specific, as well as a bunch of quality of life updates.
I heard about the subclasses. I was interested to try them out, uh, seeing what it is, more about them. I don't know. I want to at least I want 100% Baldur's Gate whenever I really focus on it.
Mm.
It's a hard game to 100% though, because the game's so long.
And specific. You have to do some specific things in specific parts. And if you're doing like a bad playthrough, you're not gonna get the good shit versus the good shit and the bad shit. You know.
Other games like that, yeah, it's a lot.
All right.
God damn Cyberpunk.
The next thing, big news happened at the Xbox Direct. Xbox is going to be making all of its games, including its exclusives, available on all consoles pretty soon. So they're branching out. A lot of people say this is not the fall of them, but like kind of admitting defeat. I agree. The Xbox
Really?
Series, the Xbox Series X and Series S did not do well in sales. Mainly because the PS5 was coming out the gate with exclusives, while Xbox was kind of like, yeah, we're upgrading, but like, we'll see what happens. And then for a while, Xbox has been integrating with their PC stuff. So almost everything you can get on your PC, you can get on your Xbox, and vice versa. But because of this, now you're able to play games with those two groups. Like almost all of their games, if I'm playing on my PC and he's playing on his Xbox, we can play together. Period. Point blank. But
That's been a thing for a while though.
it has. It's been a thing for a couple years, and it's been a slow integration. But now it's a full integration where every game does that.
Well, I mean,
But that. Go ahead.
they're pretty much saying we don't care about Xbox. It's about PC gaming. PC
Exactly.
gaming's the wave, and we're gonna ride that. And Xbox, you're just here.
Yeah, you're just here because at the end of the day, console gaming was made to be the affordable option to PC gaming because niggas was always building $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 PCs. But not everybody's got that kind of bread, and especially when you're a kid. Nigga, you gonna buy this $300 Xbox and live with it. You don't no updates, no management, just play the shit. You feel me? But now that consoles are getting to the $700, $800, $900 range, uh, I'm not saying it makes more sense to buy a PC at this point, but like a lot of people are like, why would I spend that kind of money on a console you're literally gonna update in like 2-3 years now? Because it used to be like you're gonna be stuck with this system for the next 5 to 7. Now it's like you got 2 or 3 before a Slim, a Pro, or an updated version comes out. So a lot of people are upset about that, but PlayStation's pretty happy. They're like, haha, we get all your games, and we're like, I mean, I could play your games on PC right now, but whatever. So that's what's going on in that space. But at the same time, like I'm both happy and upset about it because like some people are hopeful that PlayStation will be like, all right, let's all be one big happy family. PlayStation doesn't have to do that. They have enough sales. They have enough everything. They're good. I mean, their sales dwarfed the Xbox sales, but I think that was more because the hypes of like specific games like Spider-Man and God of War and Ratchet and Clank that were coming out damn near day one. But after that, nothing. And a lot of people I know are like, I have a PS5 just because the hype and because I was thinking that some more shit was gonna come out and it's gonna be like that. Like most people I know, their PS5's collecting dust right now.
Mine, and I'm very upset about it. Very, very upset.
I could have told you not to buy that.
Well,
I didn't even know you owned one. That's tragic.
PS5.
I would have been sold that if I was in your position. Just saying.
Well, I say I. It's really Chris's, but it's mine. I live here too.
I live here too. That's not how
Both of
systems
you
work,
should
big
sell
dog.
that. Yeah, both of you
Huh?
should sell. Both of you should sell that.
Mm, I guess they use it. Chris might use it.
Yeah, you should sell.
If it's a might, then they don't use it. That's my opinion on gaming.
No, I don't know what they do in their game room. That's their room for their things.
Do they be in there frequently?
Yeah, at least
That's a
every weekend.
possibility. At least
Yeah.
every weekend. We got a weekend gamer over here, Heed.
I'm a weekend gamer most of the time.
That's a lie. I see you playing things on your computer and other places.
No, most of the time I'm a weekend gamer. It's just this sprint of getting back into being with the guys that I'm not a weekend gamer.
You said the sprint of being with the guys?
Days are for me.
You said what?
The weekdays for me.
Sure.
Like they're in there right now. That's what they do while we pod. They be in there doing stuff.
That's not true because there's times where they're back there and I can hear them.
Yeah, well, they stopped doing that because we can hear them, so they started going in their game room now.
You banished them. I see.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's it for the Xbox news. So the other thing, Heat, and I actually want to hear some points from you on this. But the Kratos versus Asura death battle, that was kind of the final straw for me. A lot of people's final straw was other ones, but that recently came out. Death battle has always been a staple in the I guess the nerd community for taking stats and putting two characters against each other. And a lot of the time, I could either understand why they won, but this one I felt like was the most bullshit. Spoiler alerts ahead. Don't know how far to tell you to skip, but the spoiler is that Kratos won. However, they had an alternate ending ready because I think they knew that it was bullshit from the get. Because essentially, every feat that they gave Kratos was somebody else's feat under a specific circumstance that they said, well, Kratos can beat this person, so he could probably do this, or he should be able to beat this. Versus Asura's feat, where they're like, nah, this nigga did that shit.
Oh, who? I've never seen feats. I've never seen all of the feats. Like sometimes you have like one or two feats done like that. Like especially when you're talking like speed. It's like, oh well, this person did this, and he was able to stop that person or beat this person at this,
Let
so
me give you
he's
an
this
example.
fast. But like not like, oh, this person picked up a truck, and so he beat
Nope.
this person, so he
I will
can
give
pick
you
up
an
a truck.
example, a direct example that they use. They said
Okay.
Thor's hammer is great and strong enough to splinter the tree. Yggdrasil, the giant tree of life in Greek mythology, is strong enough to splinter the tree. So therefore, Thor's this strong. He beat Thor. So therefore, he has to be at least this strong. And the tree of Yggdrasil is this big. So to splinter it takes this much force. And it's all of our observable universe. So that means Kratos can output this much power. One, you never
No.
saw that. It said to do that. Two, um, the hit in which he took that they tried to say that Kratos could tank, he got bopped on the head with that fucking hammer. He ain't even full force that shit. It was bop bop. Nigga died. And then got brought back to life by Thor, because Thor said, nah, we done when I say we done. Raw shit ever in a game, I'm not gonna lie. But, like, it was that on top of, like, the stats they were giving were other people's stats, and then they were like, he beat him in this fight. So he beat him in a fight. So yeah, it's not like they usually do when they'd be like, oh, in this fight, this is what we saw this person do. This person punched a rock so hard, it disintegrated and killed the nigga in 7 dimensions over. So we can calculate that this happened, and he can output this much force. Cool. They were going based off of other people's feats and things that they were able to do and saying because he survived this fight, he can do it too.
Yeah, that's not fair. You have to talk about stuff that he did in that fight. Like if he did something similar in that fight, or they did something similar in that fight and he survived it, then yeah, that's his feat.
Correct. He
I haven't seen Death Battle in years. I mean, they stopped making sense a really long time ago. They're just kind of doing stuff. I mean, I don't even like. That's one of those fights. That's like Yamcha versus Superman. Like I wouldn't ask that question. That's a dumb question. That's how it felt with Asha versus Kratos.
I wouldn't say Yamcha versus Superman. I think that Asura's feats in a lot of cases dwarf what Kratos can do because Kratos needs a
That
lot of help.
that's the equivalent of Yamcha versus Superman. Yamcha is just a human. He's a strong human. He's a very strong human, but he's
Well, I
not.
think it would be more like I don't know. At least a Cyberman, god damn it.
Nah, I mean that's the equivalent. Like Kratos does a lot of awesome things. Yamcha can do a lot of things. He's not the prime character, so you don't see it. But
Fair.
I don't know much about Kratos, but I know for a fact I know everything about Ashura, and that is not comparable.
I think some of the
Did y'all?
greatest strength feats he has is like holding open a giant monster's mouth, like when it's trying to eat him and shit. Like that's that's all I can really think of. Meanwhile, my boy Asura's Wrath. If you've never played the game, great game. If you never watched the game, even better as a cinematic. Like that as a cinematic is great. Um,
4.5 hours long as a cinematic.
hmm
The game's on sale on console Xbox right now. I think it's on sale on the
I'm
PlayStation
about
too.
to go
But
buy it and replay it,
the
bro.
cinematic is, I mean, it goes on sale pretty often. It's like $5 most of the time, if not two.
Right.
But the cinematic I was saying is 4.5 hours long. Just watching it, like if you just sat there and watched all the cutscenes stitched together to tell a story, it's 4.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Did I
It's
send
so
y'all
good.
the? Did I send y'all that Yamcha meme? I'm sorry to
No,
tangent,
you
where it's
didn't.
like different Yamchas in anime,
No,
and
you
it was
didn't.
like,
No, you didn't.
Is it with like all the different people laid up in a cradle, like all the references to Yamcha?
I don't got
no,
that.
it's like different
I've
characters
seen
from
that one
different
that he's talking
animes.
about, but I've never seen like.
Yeah, no, it's like different characters from different anime, and it's like One Piece Yamcha, this Yamcha, like it's Usopp.
Oh yeah, you sent that to me. I remember.
Okay, I
All
sent
right,
it to
I'm
you.
gonna wrap it up with
Oh,
just
Lord,
saying
took
I
it.
think it was bullshit. Death Battle get your shit together. I think that not they were padding his stats way too much, and I think it's because they also had merch on the line for him. But like to me, it's like, look, don't disrespect this character like this. We all
I
know
mean,
how
they've
we
been
go
doing that
down.
for years, though.
They
Like a
I
also
lot
didn't
of
heavily
think
padded
so.
the.
I agree that they have padded stats for some people before, but like I didn't think that the integrity of the show was never this. You feel me? Like it was always justifiable to me, or like okay, I see why we padded this, but like at least earlier on they had the integrity to be like, oh, this happened, this is from the comic, this is from this book, this is this, and use that
yeah,
to scale it. Versus this, they were
yeah.
like, we see here that this person did it, he watched it, so he'd be fine.
Right. Sorry.
I think they also pad the stats because like when you're reaching that far, like in an example like a Yamcha to Goku fight. I'm not Yamcha to Goku, Yamcha to Superman fight. Like they're so like at
Yeah,
such different levels that you have to like pad this person to even make the fight interesting.
Fair.
And they make yeah.
Fuck that. If it's gonna be a wash, let it be a wash. That's all you need to let it do. Like, cause they get the
Yeah.
fight animated, you're gonna spend the money anyway. Like, if it's gonna be
Right.
a wash, show it being a wash. Like, this is a fucking wash. Like,
Mhm.
if it's a wash, let it be just that. But the ending, Asura versus Wizen, not even the ending, just a part in the game, amazing. And then, like I said, I'm wrapping it up. This is the part. One of the parts that just pissed me off over the top was like they took one of Asura's feats and then had Kratos do it. A direct thing that happened in his game, Kratos did it. Pissed me off. Made me very mad. Asura versus Wizen, to be specific. But I can rant about this forever. So
Okay.
I'm
I I will
officially
say
off
this.
Death Battle.
I would say this fun fact for people that have never heard of Oscar. So the game when it came out, the actual ending was DLC. Like
Oh,
the
right, right,
actual
right. I
title
remember
box
that. Yeah,
was DLC. So I thought that was fun fact.
and they have a ton
So
of other DLCs.
yeah,
So like it
Um
was chapters, and like some of the chapters were DLC, but like yeah.
Uh, did we didn't talk about, but Greg sent this to me, and I'm pretty sure he sent it to Heed. Zeb Powell became the first black snowboarder to ever win the X Games at just
Shout
20
out,
years old.
shout out.
So,
We are capable of
so,
all things.
so
I thought that was
congratulations
like
to him.
5 years ago.
No, that happened this year.
No, right? It just happened.
Like it happened like last week.
Yeah. Greg sent this
Mm.
to me Saturday.
Two more news
Uh,
points
I
for
have
me.
one more. Okay, I got
Fantastic
one.
Four trailer dropped. And it's
I
Fantastic Four
saw.
first steps. A lot of people are
Hmm.
happy about how it looks. It looks like they're putting some actual care into it. I want you guys to know this is like our sneak peek into it. However, this is not going to be the MCU Fantastic Four. This is like them kind of prepping you for the Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah. It's
So
I like that it's a weird of
it feels
like
like I opened up an
futury.
old comic.
Yeah, it's like futury old timey because it feels like a old with the old comic feels like the future's gonna be, but it's like obviously not that. I like it. I like the art style and all of that stuff that we got going on with it. So I'm interested to see how they do.
Special effects artists, I gotta commend y'all for the thing. Most
Yeah, he
comic
looks
book
good.
accurate thing I've ever seen.
He looks good. He looks good. Yeah.
Heat. Any
I think it's
thoughts?
gonna be good.
Oh,
It's a little bit more of a love story than I would like it to be, but I think it looks good.
Fantastic Four.
This
first
one,
steps. Yeah.
the first steps. It's very Reed Richards, Sue, Storm
Storm.
centric. Feels like
Susan Storm is her name.
Oh yeah, I forget their
Sue
last
Storm.
name. Storm. I forget their
Yeah,
last name. Storm. Sorry. Um,
yeah. Her and Johnny. Johnny.
thought it was weird that Johnny had blonde hair. I just don't imagine that.
He always had blonde hair.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Chris Evans, and I don't remember blonde hair.
Yeah, Chris
Mm,
Evans. I don't think his hair was blonde when he did it.
it was brown. Um,
Yeah.
and then the last thing on my news list is Marvel's thinking about picking up Jonathan Majors again. There's been talks with very reliable sources about it.
Yeah.
We all know that what's happened. We reported on here before, but just I guess if you were in this position, what would you do? Is what I want to know.
Um,
You,
make
you
sure
have
if I
bills,
did go
don't you?
back. Yeah, I would make sure if I went back that they paid me. I think it is a good move for him to go back because I hate to say it this way, Disney has this
Monopoly.
not monopoly. That's not what I was to talk about.
It's true, but okay.
Yeah, that's not where I was going. Disney has this image of ethics. Again, image of ethics, not true. Um, an image of like morality. So I think it would be a good look for him if they do put a decent offer on the table of him to taking it to open up other spaces in his career.
I was gonna.
Make sense?
He. You can go first. Actually, go ahead.
I mean, I just that was my own thought. Like, I mean, you have bills, right? You're an actor. Act. Take the job. I, I,
I
I don't
think
think we should have
I'm
any
going.
animosity.
I'm gonna have hella animosity, specifically because like y'all jumped the gun. Like, I mean, they probably had some meetings. Hey, did you? I know in all these high level things, it's a question of did you do it, and I feel like based off of that, they pose their answer. Y'all accepted Robert Downey Jr. and made him into a star when he was at his lowest point, and he did
That was
way worse.
before social media.
Yeah,
Fair, 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 fair. I'll give you that,
yeah.
right? But that being said, like even then, like you guys can not y'all can kind of change the narrative because you saw as soon as anything came out, Disney dropped him, and then they were like the narrative on him was like, oh, Disney dropped him, must have did it, and it just got worse and worse and worse until after the charge was dropped, and then it's like, well,
Well,
we fucked up.
that's not the complete narrative. That's not the complete narrative. Disney didn't drop them. They put a hold on things until a verdict came out, and then they dropped them, and then she
Correct,
dropped her other charges. So
correct.
she's not. They weren't wrong for dropping him because he was found guilty.
But the way he was found guilty,
Yeah,
I don't. But
yeah,
that's my thing. It's like you talk about this. I guess this moral ethical high ground, right? When it when even from what we definitely big ass quotes on that when from what we've seen, in my opinion, them sticking with him says more of a statement than them dropping him than picking him back up, because then it's like we believe you but we didn't want the public to think we believed you, but like we need you at this moment because we kind of fucking up, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like
But they didn't need him.
mm,
They're
they
Disney.
did. They did. But
they
they
do.
did need him
But
because
they're Disney. You still pay for it. Millions of people still pay
no, no,
for it.
no. As far as the Marvel side of Disney goes, and it's
Oh yeah,
not
that's what I'm
because
talking about in
ooh,
specific. They'll be fine without him. That's not what I'm
they'll be
saying.
fine. Oh yeah, they'll be fine without him. But what they did was, and actually, I blame the white girl, but that's a different
Everybody
rant.
blames her. We
She
don't even need to
ruined
go
it.
into
She
that.
ruined Marvel. Stop. They put a lot into um Kang being the next big bad in a lot of ways, in a lot of little ways and a lot of big ways. He was like he had teasers, he was in, getting shown in movies, getting introduced in movies, shows, and so a lot of plot lines for the next couple phases, not one phase, next like two or three phases, the next plot line, couple plot lines centered around Kang being the villain, him showing up in these movies like often. So because of that, um, it what like it. I think that's another reason. I think that's the only reason why they hesitated on dropping him was like we kind of building something here. Like you're our next big bad. Like you can't like we can do something else, but now that means we have to go back to the drawing board and introduce and do whoever the next big bad's gonna be. All right.
At the end of the day, I think they need him to save the storyline that they're doing for the MCU. Do they need him in general? Absolutely not. It's Disney, like you said. They're a fucking monopoly. They got it. They're fine. But like in terms of saving this franchise, I think that he's a key player. Not the only player, but a key player. If I was him, I'm asking for more money because y'all, this is gonna help me. I'm not gonna ask for too much more. I feel like I got some negotiating power. If I don't, have fun with what you're doing. I mean, I hold a grudge a little bit, but maybe I shouldn't. I'm not an actor. Who knows? I think of it like this: if I got screwed over,
Negotiation
right?
power. I do.
Yeah, if I got screwed over by Crunchyroll doing voice acting, right? And then they're like, "Oh, we want you back though." My price is up because I'm pissy, at the very least. And you can say like I might be missing on some opportunities, but fuck it, I might have to stand on principle on that. Now, my opinions might change. I am not one to admit that I am not one to not be able to admit that I'm wrong. There we go. But that's just my current stance on it.
But I agree with you. He like you're an actor of work, but also and in any profession, negotiate. You should always negotiate.
Only negotiate when you have power.
Well, I
And
think
I
he has.
don't.
I think he has a little bit of leverage to negotiate.
I think in the day and age of social media and everything, I think he doesn't have enough leverage because at the end of the day, it's everything's. I think of everything in terms of Call of Duty. If I put out a good movie, if I put out a bad movie, you're still gonna watch it. I don't care. You're
Fair
not
enough.
hurting my bottom dollar. If anything, it's helping me because now I don't have to
Mm.
pay him, and you're still gonna see it.
So then I have to disagree with you because I am hurting your bottom dollar because their movies have been
Yeah,
tanking
because
as of late,
yeah, the movies haven't been doing well. They aren't doing. They aren't because they have to do well enough to recoup what they spent.
and they aren't
Yeah,
doing. They're barely doing that. Actually, they're not
Yeah,
not doing it yet, but it's on a trend that's downwards to
yeah,
like
they're on a downward trend,
yeah.
and so they're looking for the next thing to
if I
like.
was a company, I would die on that hill. I will I will offer you a chance to return. If you turn it down, that's fine. We will spend millions of hours finding someone else who can fit the role and
But
we'll
at
pay
that point,
them.
you're just wasting more money, and you're standing on principle. Then, like you said, you're gonna die on that hill. It's essentially who's gonna die first at that point, and Disney's
I
not gonna
think
die
you would.
first. We know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we know Disney's gonna be here till long after us. But like, you know what I mean? Like, but will the MCU be here that long? Is the better question. And if they die out,
Something
I
will
think
come
I
up.
win.
Yeah, I think they'll find a way without him if he doesn't want to. I'm not a Disney fan. I don't even care about a lot of Marvel movies. In my eyes, Marvel ended when Endgame ended, so I just haven't cared since.
I'm not mad at you for saying that. You know what? I'm
I'm
not
not mad
mad
at
at
you for
all at
saying
that.
it, but I do think there was some
Marvel
good
movies
things
ended
going
after
through it.
Spider Man. I needed that. I need because Spider Man was the actual close to Phase 8.
I
I
consider him his own thing.
Fair.
it gave it yeah, I feel like I get what Spider Man gave like that closure to whatever's gonna be new. I do feel like there were some good things that came out like more so less movie wise, like other than Guardians of the Galaxy. I think the best things that came out of Marvel were the shows and some of the shows, not all of the shows, but there are a few shows that I really enjoy.
I enjoyed Moon
Yeah.
Knight. I finished Moon Knight, by the way.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was good.
Yeah. Like Moon Knight's one of them. Moon Knight, Loki. I know a lot of people didn't like what is her name? Uh, Miss Marvel. I liked her. Like I liked her show. I like her. I liked her movie. It's not for everybody. It's very much a teenage girl story. She just got powers. But yeah.
All right. That being said, Diva, what's your news? So we can get in the ears and get out of
Uh,
here.
yeah. The last one I have is it's more so a question. It's less of a news topic. If you haven't heard about tonight's conversation, please just go look it up and all the drama going around it. Do y'all? Well, I don't know. Heat, are you
He's
clued
not.
in on the
Nope,
tonight
nope,
conversation?
nope,
Okay,
nope,
I'll
nope.
do it quick. I'll make it. So I promise I'll make this quick and go. So Keita Rose was an original host of the podcast and tour of Tonight's Conversation. Tonight's Conversation is a game that they started doing like YouTube videos of asking the questions, like playing the game, and then it turned into a podcast slash tour. Yes, huh? He's been. He went. We did this.
I'm talking about the
Okay.
drama. Do you know
Oh, the
about the drama?
drama.
He.
So
The ones you talked about last week.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So do y'all
I
think?
apologize. I just X'd you out right
Yeah.
there. I was like, he don't give a fuck about this. But then I just recalled a conversation. Once she said he's been, I'm like, I fucked up. And I said, I am not above saying that I fucked up. I fucked up. That's my fault. I'm gonna go sit in
Do
the corner now. You handle the rest of the show, buddy.
wait.
This carpet is really hard. Just ignore me. I'm just,
Um, do y'all? And I hate to phrase it this way because I don't want to be like, do y'all believe Keita Rose? But do do y'all think? Do y'all believe Keita Rose,
I
or do
believe
y'all
women.
think it's, or do y'all kind of believe? I guess Ace Metaphor's statement that he hasn't abused anybody and all this other stuff,
Hell no.
and everything that she's saying is a lie.
I believe Keita Rose. I believe that she's exaggerating some points because she needs to make money. I believe that Ace Metaphor is the type of nigga to fuck his staff, have a bunch of women, blow money, and talk about how he blows money. And I think that a lot of people in power and in leadership tend to have those negative tendencies. So, do I think that? Yes, especially with all the exposition that's been coming out about everybody else, including Kitty and the dude she was dating. You guys can look it up yourself.
Yep.
Um, but all that just kind of gives me the points to say, yeah, some shady shit was going on. At the very least, some shady shit was going on. And by shady shit, I mean niggas stealing from people, niggas keeping merch out of people's hands, niggas not paying people, niggas fucking people on the crew and staff, and maybe some inappropriate work relationships that's going on amongst the cast. But it's not my monkey, it's not my circus. I just like seeing the drama though.
I like seeing the drama too. I'm really enjoying how she is capitalizing off of her pain. Sad, I hate to say it like sadly, but congratulations on capitalizing off of this moment and trying to help other people hurt by the ace metaphor. But I do believe it. I believe it for a couple of reasons. One, you don't talk about settling and non-disclosures if it ain't nothing to hide. Um and that's just how I feel. If you don't think that the other person has something to say, there's nothing to non-disclosure agreement. There's no need for it if you don't think they don't have anything to say. So that's one reason, and the other reason is I've been following Keita Rose before I knew about the conversation, and so I don't feel like I have any reason to not believe her because I know how shady people can be when it comes to money and moving it around and oh, but this and oh, but like I have to use the money for this and then online is I got money, I got money, I got money, but then when you bring it up is I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. So
He
I think black people going black, and that was a black event full of black people. So nothing negative I ever hear would surprise me.
Alex,
that was all I had.
you know what? That's
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
sad reality. It's a
this
sad
is sad
It
reality.
is.
reality.
And like Eva said, like the drama's entertaining, but I'm glad that she's getting paid off of it. Like she says in her own video, she's like, I'm doing this. Like, don't tell me how to tell my story because this is how I am. If you don't like it, you don't got to be here. But if you are, appreciate you because I don't got a job right now. And you know what? Make your money, girl. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're wrong, get your bread up from whoever wronged you. And she doing that
Yep.
because there are lawsuits
Yeah.
and
Oh,
receipts.
that was the other. Yeah, that was the other big thing. He is now suing her for defamation, which I'm like, it's not defamation if it's true. So sorry, even
It
if
is
it
still
sucks.
defamation. Just because it's true don't mean you gotta say it. But it's harder to get the case there. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing. Don't worry about it. It's a law.
Um. Hey, hey. Okay, so for ears, We're continuing with the Disney Eats series. We are on June, and that was donuts.
Wait,
So, oh, pause.
heed predictions. Will we like the ears? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
I hated last week, so
Y'all didn't like last week. Um, the fun thing about this week's
I'm gonna
ears
go
is
with
we get
no.
two. You're going with no. So this week we get two sets of ears because I had a set of donut ears before and I thought they were just going to release the same ones. They didn't. Since I'm showing off the donuts, I'm showing off both. So these are not the Eats collection ears. These are my first set of donut ears and they're like
So they don't count because we've seen these
donuts.
before.
Y'all have seen this one before? Okay.
Yes. You
Well,
need to
these
go
are
back
the
through the
white.
episodes, big dog.
Yeah, I don't remember. Showed. So now I'm keeping track. So they're like white with sprinkles and they're just like regular plain
Mm-hmm.
round donuts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're soft and plushy. So let's remember that. I did cut the tag. This one had the long receipt tag with a pink bow. Now the other donuts are these guys. So these are the new donut ears. And they're
All right, Heed,
pink
you
and it's
won.
more of
I like
like
those
it's
ones.
melted.
told you. That's just the way the world
And
works.
with the sprinkles, and these ones are hard. So I don't know if you can guys can hear that, but they're like hard plastic where these are like fleshy. These and they have some like weight to them. So these are the two sets of donut ears I have, and of course it has the Eats collection on the side because all of them do. I have not worn the new ones yet. I have worn these ones. I have pictures in these, but yeah. So now we get two sets of ears this week. Yay! And the difference is like this one is like a purple satin and this one is a pink leather on the side. So slight differences, but like the same concept.
Slight is an understatement. Those are large differences.
I mean, yeah, but they're still donuts.
That's the bar. We're
They're
still
still
people, but
doing
guess what? We be black and some be white.
it.
Exactly. That's the point.
No, there's big
It's not
differences.
the
Big
Yeah.
differences if you get me.
Uh, I
I
like the
mean, people are
donut.
fat.
Uh, I, I
I'm
like the
kidding.
donut.
Yeah, like
Donuts are
That's what
good.
they should have did with the mint chocolate and the other one. Like make it drip so it looks very.
Right, right. No, it didn't look like that. And why am I biting a whole cookie ear? Like, don't blame me. All right, Weeks, Heed, I want you to start because you are fading fast, brother. I'm watching you.
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not even gonna do it. It's been a long week and we're pressing on.
And he went outside. He was at a football game. I saw.
Yeah,
Diva.
East West Shrine game. Check it out.
Lit.
Um, my week was fine. Actually, it's pretty exciting. We went to a bridal expo this weekend, which was really nice, and we won $500 off of our venue. So yay! Yes. We also won a free cake, like a sweetheart cake for our dessert table.
Nice.
So yay! Like we got some pretty good like wins. Um, let me think. Oh, and we took our nieces to Disney World. That was that was a
Shit.
time
It was
because
shit. It was shit. It was shit. I'll say it because she won't. It was shitty shit, shitty butt shit.
because she one of our nieces is pretty bad, but like she gonna learn with me. You can't do that. Mm-mm.
Um,
It's just bad learned behaviors, and at least when she's gonna be at my house, we won't be doing those things.
and unlearn those at a certain point. That's just them.
Mm-mm. Not at this house. It won't be. Be
Nigga said
someone
that
else.
child just might be terrible.
Uh,
um, what's the other big thing? Oh, I guess it's more so that's something that's coming up. I will be at MegaCon this weekend, so that'll be exciting. Excited to see you guys. I'll be at MegaCon. Look for me there. Um,
you know when this comes out, they won't.
I know. So I was at MegaCon, and if you saw me, yay. And then also something else. What was it? It was MegaCon. Oh, and my best friend Trey is coming to town this weekend, so I get to go to Disney with my best friend Trey. And yes, I've been to Disney 4 weekends in a row now. It was not on purpose. It was accidental.
Yeah, you just accidentally parked and walked in. Got it.
No, because I was supposed to like I try to like flip flop like
Yeah.
Universal Disney, and it's been Disney, but that's because we did the arts festival. Then I had to get my magnet, and then we took the girls. And now this weekend I was gonna go to Universal, but Trey's here, so I'm gonna go to Disney with Trey.
It's all a
Okay.
choice, but I'll let you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a choice. Didn't have a choice.
All right, Greg's week.
Greg, how was
So,
your week?
it's been chill. Finished this T-shirt design for her Christmas present. That's a diva specific design. I call it Queen shit. That's the name of the shirt in my files. Um, she'll probably show it when she gets it. You will not be getting it before you go to MegaCon. Sorry about that. Just got notification that the
Okay.
delivery won't be getting to my house until Friday. I ordered it on Monday with 3 day shipping. So I
That's
want some
cookie.
money back. That being said, lots of arts and crafts projects, trying to get not back into, starting to learn more about voice acting, as you guys might have seen or heard. And then on top of that, just been trying to get back into gaming on stream. And that's been going relatively well. Last one was really good. I'm not going to keep Heat too long. I know he's tired. So we're going to check out with that and just know that maybe next time we'll have a little bit more energy from your guy. But
Yeah, it's past my bedtime too.
that being
I'm
said,
hungry.
I know. I'm Galaxy Greg. You can follow me on socials. I'm Galaxy Greg. Follow me at Galaxy Greg _ or Mr. Space Awaits. You pick. But follow the podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube. I think that's everything. I think that's
Spotify.
everything.
Sounds like everything. It's a
Spotify.
lot.
Yep, it's a lot. It's a lot. Follow us on all platforms at Bmore Nerdy, and just remember to be more nerds. Diva.
What it is, little dummies. It's your girl, Diva XOXO. You can follow me on Instagram at the Diva XOXO. That's where you'll find all of my content, along with links to the pod. We want to hear from you. Tell us your favorite animated characters, below. Comment them. We do hear from you, and I do reply to comments on everything. I promise. Um, yeah. Heat.
Yeah. And make sure you tune in. I forget what I was about to say. Something about tuning in. But you can find me HD. I'm HDTV. I'm honestly _ heed. These are things, platforms, only Instagram. Sorry, I hate socials.
There you go. With that being said, we are the Be Nerdy Podcast. Remember to be more nerds. Peace. Almost fucked it up.
Choose.
We got you.
Choose.